back. And welcome back to the channel. Matt Garland here, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. We're talking about refinancing today, ladies and gentlemen. We get a lot of questions about refinancing and all that other good stuff. So we're going to talk about refinancing today. So as you're coming in, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications because you never know when we're going to go live. We try to do this at 4 o'clock, but it's been kind of a rough week. So we've been coming on a little bit later, but we're still coming on. So welcome. And shout out to you guys. Make us the fastest growing YouTube real estate channel in the planet. We got 100K subscribers now and growing. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Tanisha, moderator extraordinaire in the building. And as always, House Hackonomics, Real Estate Investors Manifesto, mgbookstore.com. Saturday, we got less than 100 tickets left for the webinar, man, so don't play yourself. I'm trying to tell you, I was working on presentations today, and I'm giving y'all a game. Lots of information, lots of information, lots of information. So make sure you guys go to mgbookstore.com. Tanisha, can you put the link in the chat, please, for them to get the webinar tickets? I got less than 100 seats available. And I want to answer a couple quick questions before we get into the topic because people keep asking me about when they're going to get the link. You're going to get the link on Saturday, between 10 and 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whether you won free tickets or you paid for it, you get the link Saturday. If you miss it, you'll have access to the replay on Monday for both days. Okay? So if you can't make it live, which I would encourage you to make it live because you'll probably be able to get your questions answered, you'll get it on Monday. All right? And shout out to Brandon Greer. He got his tickets. He bought the books. He's ready to go, and he's already in here super chatting already. And shout out to everybody with the super chats, too. We need more super chats. Support the channel, please. Support the channel. All right, we got Tukes Productions in the buildings, as always. Mm-hmm. What's your title, Tukes? You talking about we need a name for the audience, but what should we call you? Tukes Productions?
Let the audience decide. I mean, I am Tukes Productions, Tukes, but what do you mean, what should we call me?
Right, co-host, producer extraordinaire. That was Jordana. Production manager extraordinaire.
You know, I don't really like production manager, but that's just it. That's what you called me, so.
So what's your title then?
I'm just Tukes, man.
All right, we got Tukes here, y'all. We got just Tukes here.
Just Tukes.
Just Tukes. Make sure you guys, Brandon going crazy with the super chats already. Thank you for that beautiful rant yesterday, he says. That rant yesterday was epic. Oh, and if you're new here, make sure you check out the live tab. Check out the live tab when you want to watch the replays of these lives because that's where you'll find it. And Tukes is starting a new channel for us, so that way the highlights from these lives can go on a separate channel. So he hasn't started it yet. But
He has a lot to... I'm waiting for branding stuff right now. I literally just got the starting screen just
well,
now.
can we just make the channel name?
So they can make the channel name, yeah.
Yeah, so they can go subscribe.
Yeah, that could be done at any time.
Yeah, so let's make it tonight. So at least next time we come on here, we can tell them to go subscribe.
Yeah.
While the branding is whatever you're doing, and then hopefully next week can start pumping out content over there. And let's grow that one to 1 million subscribers too.
That one might do better, I think it will, but you know, that's my prediction.
Okay, whatever. Yesterday definitely was a masterpiece. Tell Will to get those clips. Like he's sending me Fabio. Tell him to get the clips from yesterday when I was on my rant. Like I need my rant clips for social media. Those I'll post. Yeah. The Fabio one he did, I'm never posting that joint. Never posting that joint.
Yo, I was crying.
Shout out to Will. He's crazy. Will's our editor. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok and you see all the funny, crazy things, I'll be floating around and shit. Will's our editor who does that. Your words are needed, MG. People can really be really negative when you see trying to make moves. I agree. Yesterday was phenomenal. We definitely need a name, something referencing a classroom. This is a classroom or the learning center.
That sounds so
corny.
Not corny. It just sounds.
That's
so
what
like,
I named. That's what I named the bookstore community, the learning center.
That works for that.
Okay.
but I just feel like it needs something a little bit more up to date, like more like, you know, it sounds too like
After school?
We'll work on it.
Okay.
We'll work on it. But I agree. We definitely need something. We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, hit the like button. Drop a gem in the comments. And in the comments, and go get your tickets to. I only got 100 tickets left, so it is what it is. And let me tell you this: if you don't get it at $19.99, if you try to buy it next week, it's going to be probably $100. I'm just letting you know now. So if you can't watch it live, still buy it. It's only $20. Next Monday, on a resale, that joint gonna be $100, maybe 150. Who knows? All right, the mortgage scholar. Somebody said.
See, that sounds pretty. It's different. It's different, but it's a little too preppy.
No. I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? You need something like with a little bit of swag.
Yeah,
but
I had no swag. Sorry, who said that? JG. Sorry.
It's different though. Like
the mortgage scholar called me the mortgage scholar.
Oh no. Well, obviously not your name. You have your name already.
I'm MJ the mortgage guy.
Yeah, but it's different. It could be something along those lines. It's just different. It's got to be something different. I don't know. That's how I see it. We'll work on it though.
We'll figure it out. All right, what are we talking about? Refinancing. Tukes, as always, has a bunch of questions about refinancing or any topic about home buying and stuff like that. So, Tukes, the floor is yours.
All right, so what type of refinancing options are available for homeowners?
What type of refinancing options are available for homeowners? Well, there's three real main topics for refinancing, right? You have a rate and term refinance, you have a cash out refinance, and what's the third one? You have a rate and term, cash out. Damn, I just caught a brain freeze.
You sure did, my friend.
Yeah, so it's a rate and term. Oh, Streamline and a Streamline refinance, right? So a rate and term refinance is basically when you are changing the rate, the interest rate on the mortgage or the term of the mortgage. So for anyone who's buying a home right now, let's just say you're buying it at 6.5% interest rate today. Mm-hmm. But when the market drops, or if the market drops in 2 years, let's just say rates go to 4%. These are hypothetical numbers.
Right.
All right, just for this conversation. Then you do, and if you don't want to take any cash out, then you do a rate and term. So you're changing the rate, and you can change the term of the refinance too. Now, what I mean by term is you can go back to another 30-year mortgage, you can go to a 20-year mortgage, a 15-year mortgage. So, but most people, when they do a rate and term, because they want to save money on the refinance, they will go back to a 30-year mortgage, because the amortization, if you spread the mortgage out longer, that will make your payment cheaper.
So it'll make it cheaper for the moment, but in total, technically, you're spending more money, right?
No, not necessarily, because when you look at an amortization chart, right? If you drop, and let's just say in that example, 2.5% of interest,
okay,
you're paying a lot less interest over that 30 years on a new loan compared to the one on the 6.5%. So on the front end, you're going to save money. And let's just say you do it in 2 years. So you might be looking at, well, I have 2 years in the mortgage. I got 28 years left on this current one.
Yeah. But
I'm going backwards to a 30-year. And a lot of people look at it like, I feel like they feel like they're going backwards. And no.
Right.
You're going, yes, technically you are. But you can always remember, you can always pay off your mortgage anytime you want.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The goal is to pay the least amount in monthly payment and also interest over the life of the loan, right?
Right.
So, but if someone feels as if mentally, sometimes people can't, I've been in the house for 2 years and I'm going back to 30, right? Or I've been in the house for 5 years. I got 25 years left. Now you take me back to 30. Well, then drop your term. So now if you drop your term to a 25, 20, or whatever it is, 15, you're short into that amortization schedule, and now your payment might be higher.
But not as high as it originally like
It could be
is-
higher than, well, if you're coming from that example, 6.5 to 4%,
Yeah.
if the rates do drop that low, you might want to look at both options, 30-year and probably a 20-year,
And see what the difference is
with the
between
difference
two.
in the payments. Because
Okay.
let's just say your payment is $3,000 a month at the 6.5, but you're going to go to $2,500 at the 4%
Right.
on a 30-year, and then let's just say you're going to go to 2,800 or 2,900 if you do it to 4% at a 20-year.
Yeah.
Right? So you
okay.
may not save as much on the monthly payment, but now you save more
On
in
the
the
life of the
back
loan,
end
right.
on the life of the loan, because now you cut your term from 25 years to now 20. So you're saving 5 years of interest, and you add a 20-year mortgage, and you still a little bit less
Yeah.
or even the same payment, but now you're saving the interest on the back end of the mortgage. So people do that. Now, me personally, give me a 50-year mortgage. I want the cheapest payment possible. I wish they can do a 100-year mortgage. I would do that.
But what about interest when it comes to having a longer loan?
I don't care about that, right? Because I can always pay down my principal balance and beat the interest trap at any given point in time I want.
Okay.
So my goal is to keep as much money in my pocket as possible so I can go out here and invest into other things. That way, I'm not putting all the money towards the mortgage.
Right.
Right? So you can always apply extra money to the principal balance to beat the interest trap if you are disciplined. But a lot of people are not disciplined to do that.
Now, when you say you apply or you pay more to the principal, isn't it like? But why do that? If you're going to spend the extra money to pay towards the principal, then you might as well just have the shorter term, right?
Depends on, again, who you are.
Okay.
I'm a risk taker by nature, right? So for me, I'd rather take a risk because I'm a hustler. I'm a hunter. I'm going to go out here and make money. So I'd rather, for me, have a cheap payment, let's just say they give me a 50-year mortgage, right? And
Okay.
let's just say that's going to save me $1,000 a month. I would take that $1,000 and that's $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
I would rather personally take that $12,000 a year and put it to some Apple or to something different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you're looking at more of like an entrepreneur or investor.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Depends on the person then. Basically.
I can make money with that.
Right.
Right? I can go throw that $12,000 or that $1,000 a month into YouTube ads.
Can you pay
Think about
taxes also with that?
it. You could put, what property taxes or
Well, yeah,
income
'cause,
taxes?
property taxes.
Yeah.
Because then that money would basically
Well,
just,
in your mortgage,
if you're saving that.
in your mortgage payment is going to include your property taxes in most cases.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But if I wanted to pay, I would probably like I said, I can invest.
Yeah,
For what I would
investment.
do is I would invest it into my business or into the stock market. Because I mean,
Right.
$12,000 is not going to really get me real estate. So I would invest it into something that can make me a quick return on my investment.
Right.
Right? So like even YouTube. If I got $1,000 a month extra clean cash flow and we heavy on YouTube right now, I'll put that $1,000 into YouTube ads to get my content seen more. Because if I throw $12,000 into ad spend for my businesses, it's going to generate me more money than $1,000 a month.
Right.
And then now I could take that surplus, boom, pay it towards my principal balance, and I can every month still pay with the original $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's many different things that you can do to beat the interest trap, but that's how my mentality thinks, and that's how I operate. Not everybody's comfortable with that, and that's why most people will go to a 30-year, or if they're trying to pay off the mortgage, they'll just cut the term and pay their regular scheduled payment and let the bank manage the way it's being paid off versus them paying extra principal payments.
So who determines how long the loan is going to be? Because then what if you have equity? Or if it's 2 years in, you could still possibly have
Equity?
Yeah, but like if you have, let's say, equity in the house, does that have anything to do with this at all?
Well, if you have equity in the house, then that's when you go to probably a cash out refinance, right?
Okay.
First of all, to do any refinance, you need to have equity in your house.
That was okay.
Period, point blank.
basically
Whether it's a
the question,
rate and term refinance, whether it's a cash out refinance. So if you're doing a rate and term refinance, depending on if it's a primary residence, you can get higher financing, right? So
Okay.
if it's a primary residence and you're doing a conventional loan, you can go up to probably 95% of the value of the house if it's a single family. If
Okay.
it's a multifamily, you can probably only go up to 80% on a conventional loan. If it's a primary residence, right? If it's an investment property for a conventional, then you can only probably go up to 70 to 75% for a rate and term refinance. And if it's an FHA loan, primary residence, you can go up to 96.5% of the value of the home. That's for primary residence and rate and term refinance. Now, if you go to a cash out refinance, and this is why it's important for you guys to understand the rules of engagement, because that's why when you're trying to pull off your house hacks and doing house hackonomics, and I kind of break all of this down in the book too, how to pull off a successful house hack, you need to understand your exit strategy. And your exit strategy in real estate, for the most part, will be either selling the property, having a plan to sell it, or having a plan to refinance it.
Right.
Right? So if you have exit strategy, and that exit strategy is refinancing, then you need to understand what does the bank requires as far as loan to value to refinance, right? So we just broke down the primary residence versions of it, but now let's just say if it's a cash out, we broke down the rate and term.
Right.
Now let's just say it's a cash out refinance. Now if it's a conventional mortgage, cash out refinance, single family home, I believe you can probably go up to like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jermaine, probably like 85%, 90% on a cash out refinance.
When you say the percentages, how does that work when it comes
That's
to refinancing?
loan to value, right?
Okay.
So that means if I say 90% financing you can go up to, that means you need to have at least 10% equity, right? But again, think about this, right? If you starting off, let's just say you got 20% equity,
Okay.
right? For example, and now you want to do a cash out refinance, and you're doing a single family property. If you only can go up to 90%, then that means you have 10% of equity that you can tap into.
Right.
Now remember, you're going to have closing costs on refinances, and we're going to discuss that later. So you got to take that into consideration too. So you might not get the full 10%, you might only get 5%. Then you got to weigh out, does it really make sense?
Does it really make sense to do that, yeah.
So really to do a cash out refinance, for it to make sense, you have to have a substantial amount of equity in your house, probably at least 30% of equity in your house, which a lot of homeowners to this day still do have that type of equity in the home, right? So, and if you're doing a multifamily primary residence, you're probably going to need to have 40% equity because they're going to cap you probably at like 75%.
Okay.
70 to 75%, depending on if it's a 2-family, 3 or 4-family property. So that's why I always say when you're trying to pull off a house hack, especially when we're talking FHA loans and this, that, and the third, you're trying to refinance into a conventional loan, right?
Right.
So you need to know, if I have a 4-family first and I'm buying this 4-family and I'm doing it as an FHA, then I want to do a rate and term refinance to get into a conventional mortgage in a year, 2 years, or whatever the case may be. You need to understand what are the conventional guidelines for a rate and term refinance for a 4-family. And if they say you need 75%, max is 75% financing, then that means you need to have 25% equity,
right,
to complete that refinance to go from FHA to conventional. And in this market where appreciation is decelerating, it's highly unlikely you're going to have 25% equity.
Right, unless you bought during like 2 years ago, right?
Or unless you now use a FHA 203K and you buy something that's under market value, distressed, and you put your sweat equity in it, and now you're forcing your appreciation, and now you're thinking like an investor versus buying at the retail, the top of the market, you're buying below it a little bit or a piece of shit, and you're putting sweat equity in to gain that equity that you need to refinance out of it. And mind you, at the webinar this weekend, I'm going to break this all down.
When you say sweat equity, what do you mean by that?
Sweat equity is basically when they say it's like a figure of speech, like when you put in your own work, when you work on your house.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right? So that's sweat equity. That's if you personally are working on your house. Gotcha. Right? But I just say sweat equity because I'm just comparing it to like rehab, basically. Right? So I say all this to say, you need to understand your exit strategies.
Right.
And your exit strategy in the refinance, you have to understand loan to values because these guidelines change all the time.
Right.
Now, if you're trying to do a streamline refinance, now streamline refinance is if you have a current FHA or VA mortgage
Okay.
and you're trying to do a rate and term refinance, but in most cases when you do a streamline refinance, if you're staying from FHA to FHA or VA to VA, you don't require an appraisal. And it's less income documentation that's needed, because as long as you've been paying on time, you have good credit scores. With this program, with the Streamline program, it's basically like you can just refinance, but you have to stay FHA to FHA and you have to save a certain amount of money. It's like a whole calculation that we have to do on our end.
So that's if you're staying with the FHA loan
FHA
to
to
refinance
FHA.
into a FHA or
Exactly.
VA, right?
You do an FHA Streamline loan or a VA Streamline loan, which is like during when the rates drop crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, killed it.
Oh, so people, okay. So you
Killed
want
it.
lower rate and can't
Killed
save
it.
the
People
same
going from 4 or 5% to 2.5%. Streamline, no appraisals, boom, 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 quick closings, boom.
What do they? You said so they needed to have a certain amount of money saved.
No, you just need to have equity in your house to do it. You need to have
just equity.
You need to have
Right, okay.
your payments paid on time, and it has to make sense where you're saving money.
Yeah. So at that
It's
time,
less closing costs.
you're probably busy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we killed it. Like we killed it. Life was good. Life is still good, right? We killed it. So, and this is why a lot of loan officers, to be honest with you, are struggling right now because they wasn't dealing with the purchase market or people buying homes. They were dealing with the refinance boom. But don't worry, my loan officer friends. Don't worry. We will have another refinance boom coming soon, and we will be able to kill it once again. Those of you who focus on refinance. See, I focus on everything.
Yeah.
So for me, if refis go away, see, when rates go up, refinances go away for us. It's not a lot of them. It's few far in between because it just doesn't make sense at these rates, depending on who you're speaking to, right?
Right.
But when it drops, bing, boy.
Is it even going to be like as
can't
big though?
wait.
Because those rates that we had 2 years ago.
It don't matter. You gotta think about it. They're buying between 6 and 7% today.
Oh, for those buying today, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So it's great for us. This is why I tell my people, stay patient, playboy and playgirl. Stay patient. Weather the storm. Create multiple streams of income during these storms. Put out your content. It's king. Do other things within your business to grow your business. Your intellectual property is very valuable.
Yeah.
Hence why I have multiple books out right now and multiple coming out this year. Hence is why I'm on the road, traveling and speaking. And like I told you yesterday, I don't go places I don't get paid. And there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that y'all don't see that I do, webinars and all this other stuff and calls that I get paid to do. I created multiple streams of income. So now as we still closing loans and we still helping people buy homes and we helping investors, but we still have, now I have this other streams of income that come in. And when this refinance boom comes back, it's going to come back twofold because now I'm going to have a refinance boom and we're going to have people purchasing houses. Crazy. So now it's a double whammy. It's beautiful.
Oh, he's got it all. He's got it all figured out.
Because this happens every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
There's always
I
a
felt
window
that.
of opportunity to run a play.
Facts. So one thing I didn't ask, the cash out refinance, like let's say if you wanted to cash out refinance, right? Mm-hmm. What's the process for that? Like how do you go to, like you just go to your loan officer and then what happens? How do they evaluate to tell you like, or to go through the process for you to get your money?
Say that again?
Bro.
My bad. I got things going on. I'm sorry. I told you, multiple streams. So I got multiple
let's
things.
Say you want to do a cash out refinance, right?
Uh-huh.
How do you how do you go through that process?
How do you go to the process of doing a refinance?
So I'm assuming it's just cash out. Like you get the cash out of the equity, right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah. So you got to qualify first and foremost, right? It's
Okay.
not like you can go in your wallet and pull out your debit card and put it in the house in the fucking in a mailbox or something and say, "Hey, house, give me some equity."
Oh, it doesn't work like that?
No, sir, it
No, I'm
doesn't.
kidding.
No, it doesn't. So you have to qualify.
Okay.
This is why you got to keep your credit clean. You got to keep your income the same or growing, right? You have to requalify like you did when you purchased the house. You have to requalify. So all of this stuff is not guaranteed, and this is why when people on the internet be talking and make it seem so easy, no, this shit ain't easy.
Yeah.
You have to qualify. So it's the same process, W-2s, pay stubs, tax returns, whatever the documentation that you need, you have to submit to a lender. You have to get basically pre-approved for it. Then the lender submits the file to the loan officer, submits it to underwriting, order appraisal, order title reports. Underwriter approves the loan. You give them what they want to close. You produce that. You get a clear to close, and you go to closing. And if you're taking out, let's just say $100,000,
Yeah.
then after 3 days, you have a 3-day right of rescission period. So when you're doing a refinance on your primary residence, after you close, the loan doesn't fund until day 4.
Okay.
Because you have 3 full days to change your mind and rescind, and basically saying, I don't want to do this loan no more. You have the option to cancel it.
Right.
And you stay at your old terms, right? That's like one of the most, that 3-day right of rescission.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
It's probably stressful. It's probably super stressful for.
Oh no, the deal is like especially if it's one of those deals where the client was a fucking pain in your ass or something like that, and you like, oh my God, this fool is going to rescind. I just know it.
Damn.
It's happened to me 3 times in my career, and it's like, what can you do?
How long did the process take to go through this though?
Oh, to rescind?
No, to refi like.
The process of refinancing could take 2 weeks up to 6 weeks, just depending on the situation, right?
Okay.
But yeah, you put in all this work and then they cancel because some juice head called them, some juice head telemarketed them, right? And said, hey, don't close on that. I can get you a rate 0.5 point lower. Don't close. I guarantee you can get it. And it's like, I can't do nothing. You already closed.
Yeah.
It happens, yo.
That sucks.
Mortgage man know what I'm talking about.
So, what are the current rates for for refinancing interest rates?
What are the current rates?
Yeah.
All right, so it depends on your situation. It's going to determine your rates, right? So if you're refinancing a primary residence, conventional loan, let's just say one family, 740 credit scores in today's market, you're going to be in the mid-7s to probably low 8s right now. So it might not make sense, right? Because if you got a 2, 3, 4, 5, it's not going to make sense for you to refinance at these current rates.
So there's not too many people refinancing right now in this current market?
Yes, there are, because there's still a lot of people that have a lot of equity, but they live in paycheck to paycheck, and they have a lot of credit card debt. So there's a lot of debt consolidation refinances, and that's basically like a cash out refinance, right? But you're paying off debt. So let's just say you got $50,000 to $100,000 worth of debt, student loans, car loans, whatever it is, and you look at what those interest rates are, and you look at what your current interest rates are. Sometimes people would refinance just to pay off all that high interest debt, get into a cash out refinance, pay those off, and then now in some cases you can save yourself $1,000, $2,000 a month, even with the higher rates that they are right now. So you just got to weigh out your pros and cons. Most of the refinances that we do right now are for investors, because a lot of investors who did like hard money loans and stuff like that, they burn. Now they burn. So they got to refinance out of that. So that's what a lot of my refinances are doing right now is for investors, not for regular home buyers, because most regular home buyers have super low rates.
Yeah.
So it don't make sense. What they're doing right now is HELOCs.
Okay.
So most of my clients, I don't do them. I send them somewhere else. They'll go do HELOCs because we don't make money in HELOCs, so I'm not wasting my time.
But there's still interest rates with that too, then, right?
Yeah.
It's basically like a...
Yeah, but a HELOC rate's 4 to 7%, just depending, and it's teaser rates and stuff like that. So, But it's better than just doing, if you got a 2, 3, or 4 in your first mortgage, so you
Yeah.
might as well just do it, like get your cash and get the little higher interest rate, who cares?
Right.
And go live your best life and do what you got to do.
Yeah, because if you're taking the money out for whatever reason, it's probably going to be for the same thing anyway. So
Exactly. So it don't make no sense. So cash out, regular rate and term refinancing doesn't make sense unless you have an investment property with a much higher rate, 10%, something like that. You did a hard money loan and you're getting out of there. You're doing a debt consolidation loan. You got to really pay attention to the numbers. Does it really save you money in the long run, right? These are the things that you really got to look at. I'm 50-50 on debt consolidation refinances, I'll be honest with you. It just really depends on a person's situation.
Yeah.
It really just depends on the person's situation. Now, when it comes to streamlines and FHAs, those are going to be probably, like I said, in the 5s and the 6 right now. But again, most people who got FHA bought their homes a couple years ago in the 2s.
Crazy.
So it's not gonna make no sense for you to refinance.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so in those situations, it really doesn't make sense to refinance. Like it really doesn't make sense.
Okay. So, what are the fees and closing costs associated with refinancing?
Good question. So before I get to there, Devin Jones says the new LLPAs are to be considered also. That's a fact. We had a whole video on LLPAs. In a couple weeks, boy, it's about to get real nasty. It's about to get real nasty. But what are the fees? Your fee is going to go higher because of these new LLPAs, right? So refinancing is not cheap. Refinancing is definitely expensive. It's going to cost you money. It gets rolled into the mortgage, but it's still going to cost you money for your appraisal up front, which can be $500 to $1,000. But in most cases, all the fees will get rolled into the mortgage. The equity is taking care of the closing costs, but it's still money being tacked onto your loan. So you got to take that into consideration. But like I like to use a general rule of thumb, if you're doing a primary residence refinance, it can be anywhere from 3 to 5%, just depending on how much your escrow is and everything like that. But your total cost and escrow setup can be probably around 5% total.
Now, is this money that has to come out of pocket, or they just take
it's rolled into the mortgage. It's rolled into the mortgage.
Okay.
So it's rolled in. So if your closing costs in New York is going to be $25,000, you got let's say you got a $500,000 refinance loan.
Yeah.
As 5% is $25,000, so your loan will be $525,000.
Okay, so it's a little different from actually, first like your process of buying the home, because you have to have actual money.
You have to, exactly. Unless you get a seller's concession.
Right.
And when the seller's concession is using the equity. So in this time you refinance, you own the property, you're using the equity to pay for it.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. So, how much? Well, we kind of spoke about that too. Yeah, you kind of answered all these questions, honestly. In the first part, credit score. Actually, we didn't talk about.
Okay.
So, we kind of did actually. You said basically with the interest rates, but what kind of credit score should you have going into a refinance for any of these options?
The higher the better. The higher the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely make sure y'all like this video, man. It's not enough likes on this video, first and foremost, and drop some gems in the comment if you are learning something today, because it's like almost 300 of y'all, and I think it's 64 likes. That's kind of pathetic, to be honest with you. What was the question?
Credit score.
The higher the better. I mean, the minimum could be 580 or 620. 580 for FHA, 620 for conventional. But you don't need to be that low when you do a refinance, because your rate going to be astronomical. Astronomical. So you don't even, you need to get your credit up. Ideally, you need to be 700 plus, in my opinion, when you're doing a refinance. And ultimately, look, this shit's about to go crazy in the field with these LLPAs. You got multifamilies, you got low credit scores, high credit scores. It's about to be a mess with interest rates with refinancing. So hold tight. Me personally, I wouldn't refinance any of my properties right now.
Yeah,
I'll pull out a lot of credit, because that's what I'm going to do with Garland Gardens as soon as this bad boy is done.
Yeah, that seems like it makes more sense.
Yeah, but
based on what you said,
I'm not refinancing none of, when my rates are so low. It's just not. It doesn't make sense. Even if I got an 800 credit score, no matter, I'm not going to get a good rate because just what the market is today.
Yeah.
So this market, in my opinion, is not in favor of the people who need to refinance. And that's just keeping it real. This is not a salesy type of platform. I'm just being honest, right? Somebody had a good question here. Scroll up a little bit. Because they was talking about if your mortgage, what if the market correction and you become, put that right there. Yeah. Put it on the screen so they can see it. Why does it look so small on the screen? You can't make that bigger?
You just
Pause.
read it, bro. They see it.
What if there is a market correction and you become upside down? Can you refinance? No. If you become upside down, you cannot refinance. You need equity to refinance. And look, let's just call a spade a spade. There are going to be certain pockets of this country that will probably go upside down because a lot of people are still purchasing above asking price in today's, and believe it or not, in today's market. So some of those people will probably find themselves upside down. And if you don't need to sell, if you don't run into no financial trouble, then you're just going to have to wait it out. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I don't think a lot of America is going to be upside down. I think small pockets, depending on when you purchase, what year you purchase, when you purchase, and how much you paid or overpaid, and especially if you paid retail, yeah, there's going to be a small population that will be upside down, meaning they owe more than what the house is worth, right? You can't refinance. And if you try to sell your house, then you're going to do a short sale.
Yeah, because what if you're buying? So if you're buying over, if you're overpaying for a house, and you're pretty much in this market today, I mean, how do you even get equity in the future?
If you overpaying for a, all right, so let me just explain this to all of you. I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I think I've been saying this for like 4+ years now. Maybe 10, but on internet, 4+ years.
Yeah.
Equity is monopoly money.
Right. You've heard that.
It is not real until you take it out. It is unrealized gains. So if you are purchasing any real estate, unless it's an investment flip, and if you are counting on any equity to be in your home, you are already behind the 8 ball.
Right.
You can't not purchase these homes thinking you're going to make equity in the future, right? You have to depend on cash flow if you buy multifamily owner-occupied properties, because you need that rental income to either make you live for free or supplement your mortgage payment. But if you're buying a single-family home, you can't have the expectation that, hey, I'm going to get what these folks got from 2019, 2020, 2021, 20, 30, 50% appreciation. No. You're going to be, especially if you put minimum payments down and you're buying at market price or a little above, you're not going to have no equity. Because now depreciation is going back to normal appreciation rates. And a normalcy, on average, is around 4 to 4.5% nationally average. So in some markets, it's probably 1 to 2%, right? So if you're in a market where it appreciates on average, historically, 1 to 2%, and you're buying at the peak or above it, there's no equity for you in the future. Unless you aggressively pay down your mortgage, then you'll get equity, but you're paying down, right? But when we're talking about just pure appreciation to give you your unrealized gains, aka equity, you can't have that expectation. But if you live in a state like New York or DC or Cali, where these are appreciating markets naturally, yeah, you can bank on having some sort of equity a couple years from now, even a year from now, because these markets steadily increase at much higher paces on a normal historic basis than the rest of the country. But certain small towns and stuff like that, or these like hotbed towns, like they're going to go through a little challenge.
So, but you said in order to refinance, you have to have equity. So if you go into a home, like if you're going to buy a house, why wouldn't you want to have that extra layer of safety to say, like, if I need to refinance on the road, I need to have equity in order to refinance? So, like,
say that again?
Like, if you buy a house, right, and you said it's monopoly money, so you shouldn't expect equity if you're buying a house in today's market, right? Or at all.
If you're buying it at retail prices.
Okay.
Or above.
But I'm talking about the mindset of it. Like, if you go into it and let's say you want to refinance later on, you need to have equity to refinance, right?
Correct.
So why, like, isn't that just like a layer of safety for you, just in case?
What, equity?
To expect equity or think about it, for the long run, to have equity.
The only thing you can expect in this life is to die and pay income taxes. That's the only thing you should expect.
Okay.
You're gonna die. You're gonna pay taxes to Uncle Sam.
No, that's understood. Yeah.
There's nothing else to expect. Because when you have expectations, you set yourself up for failure in anything else in life. None of this shit is guaranteed. All of this stuff is all about timing. Do you think in 2019, Tukes, 2018, we knew COVID was going to come? Do you think if I knew COVID was going to come in 2020, you think I would have been worried about these cameras and shit? What do you think I would have been doing? I would have been writing as many loans as I can, and I'd have been buying as many properties as I can because I know this shit about to be up and stuck in 2 years.
Yeah.
Let me buy everything I can because I know I'm about to make a killing in 2 years. No, you don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just the common, because I could see somebody saying like, oh, just buy it now and then you could refinance later. Just pay the high and then you could just refinance later. Like, I feel like that's a very common thing for people to say who don't know anything.
Because people just don't have common sense on this.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
Well, because common sense ain't common.
Yeah.
And when you talk about mortgages and real estate, it's more of water cooler talk at the office.
That's what exactly.
Barbecue talk in the backyard. Barbershop talk in the chair of a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They heard it from this person who said this person and said this one did this, and they really don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Facts. Yeah.
And then now you hear it from these people and you're like, that makes sense. This is what I want. And then when you come to a professional like me, I bust your bubble. I said, what are you talking about? You sound crazy right now. Like, what?
What?
Like, it ain't happening, Captain. Sorry to bust your bubble, but stop listening to people who don't hold a license and only closed on 1 or 2 deals in their life. Maybe 5. It don't matter if they even have 5. They can't compare to my knowledge. We do that in a week.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay. So now let's say if you wanted to refinance, right, out of your current mortgage, is there any like prepayment penalties or anything like that?
That's a good question. Tooks, your questions are getting better and better, I must say. Drop a gem in the chat for Tooks.
Yo, you were such a smart.
Yo, drop a gem. And somebody said they needed a Tooks home buying series vlog or something like that. We're going to do that too. I saw that comment.
Okay.
But Tooks' questions are getting better and better for y'all, man. So y'all drop some gems in the chat for Tooks, y'all. Drop some gems in the chat for Tooks because he's asking really good questions these days. Right? Yeah, they shout you out, Tooks.
Okay, can you answer the question though?
What was the question again? I forgot. My lips are ashy.
Man.
What was your question again?
Are there any prepayment penalties associated?
Oh, yeah. Prepayment penalties. Well, back in the day, there used to be tons of prepayment penalties on all these loans until the government came and regulated that shit. And now there's really no prepayment penalties on qualified mortgages, QM loans, which basically means Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA loans, USDA. There's really no prepayment penalties. Now, if you have an early payoff penalty, if you purchase a house or refinance a house, and if you pay it off in full within 12 months, then the bank can assess like a 2% fee.
Right.
But they don't really, the terminology is different, right?
Okay.
It's not a prepayment. It's like an early payoff, early default payoff, some shit like that. And you have to pay that. But generally speaking, for these type of loans that we're speaking about, no, there's no prepayment penalty. Now, when you get into the non-QM world, when you're talking investment properties and stuff like that, LLC purchasing, yes, usually it's a prepayment penalty, depending on the loan you get, but it can be, a decelerating prepayment penalty, meaning like every year the penalty goes down. So it start off, it's a 5-year prepayment penalty, and it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 percentage, right? So if you pay off your loan in the first year, you got to pay a 5% fee of your loan amount. So if the loan amount is $500,000, you pay a $25,000 prepayment penalty, and then it goes down every single year.
Damn. Okay, but most people aren't really paying off their house in 12 months, right? Unless
If you refinance,
does that matter?
remember, if you refinance, it's not paying off your house, it's paying off the loan.
Oh, the loan.
So
Okay.
if you do, again, knowing your exits and knowing the bank that you're
Yeah.
going to work with and the programs is very important. Even if you're investing, you have to understand what is your exit. And you have to calculate this into your numbers. So if you know you doing a burr and you did hard money to get your rehab, you're doing everything in your LLC, now you want to refinance into this asset base or this DSCR loan, you need to know, does this program require prepayment penalty? And if it does, what is the penalties? Because now, when you get into that burr, you do it. Let's just say you burr from a 12% hard money loan and you go into a 7.5 or 8% DSCR loan, but it comes with a 5-year prepayment penalty or a 3-year prepayment penalty. Let's just say rates drop 2% for these type of products. Now you go from 7 to 5% on a refinance. Now you're gonna have to pay that penalty if you want to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Now you got to calculate that into your closing costs too.
It's a lot to think about, but it seems like it's all in that book over there.
In both books. I give y'all the game all the time. I'm telling you exactly what to do and how to do it and giving you the education that you need so you can make informed real estate decisions.
Facts. So I think that pretty much wrapped up the questions on my end. You answered pretty much everything. Talked about, the money, cash out, how long it takes to get the money, credit score. And I'm not really sure if there's much more. Any other plays you have for refinancing?
Know your exit, know your guidelines, know the rules of engagement, build a relationship with your loan officer, not necessarily the bank, and be smart and be wise. That's really the most important things I can do. Really know your numbers, really use calculators and stuff like that. Understand what the hell is going on when you're in these type of situations. Because a lot of people are just so like, I'm buying a house, I'm buying an investment property, I'm getting a door, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you really don't know how you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I speak to a lot of people every single month, every single week. And it's just sad some days. I just be sitting back like, damn, you're going to be a foreclosure soon. Because you really don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you speak to them and it's just like, all right, what time are you taking to learn? And I think too many people just speed so much. You're speeding. Like I was on my Instagram live today, right? And I'll talk about HELOCs in a second, y'all.
Yeah, that was my last question, the HELOC first.
So I'll talk about that in a second, why I got this fresh on my thought, right? I was in Garland Gardens, and I was showing them the update on Garland Gardens on my Instagram live today. And somebody asked me in the comments, like, what have you learned from this process so far? Because, today is my 2-year anniversary. First of all, rest in peace to Biggie Smalls. God bless the GOAT. But today, 2 years ago, I closed on that property. And I've been through a lot in this 2 years. So I was like, I learned 2 very important lessons. Is clarity, having clarity about what you're doing. When I got Garland Gardens, I didn't have all the clarity that I have now.
Yeah, you had a bunch of ideas.
Too many.
And I was like, okay.
I
remember.
It was too many.
You didn't even want that. You weren't even going to do what you're doing now. You
No.
That was like more of like it's not my dream home. It's just like, whatever. Which
Exactly.
probably still isn't your dream home, but I remember.
To this day, it's not my dream home.
Yeah. But you're doing a lot more than you expected to.
I'm doing a lot less than I expected to.
Well,
Because remember, I was going to make it the mansion.
Yeah, but you're still putting money in. You're still putting.
Yeah, I'm still making it bigger.
Yeah,
It's going to
yeah.
be 7,500 square feet. I was going to make it 11,000.
Oh, and you were going to do a second floor too.
I was going to do the second floor and all this other shit, but I was going back and forth. And then with my own personal life, I'm back and forth. So I didn't have the clarity,
Yeah.
right? I didn't have clarity on the vision that I really wanted for this house. Because if I had the clarity, if I was super clear and had 10 toes firm on the ground, I wouldn't have, it probably wouldn't have taken this long. I would have stuck to this is the plan, this is what I'm doing, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get it done. I'm not wavering from designs and this, that, and the third. Like, yo, I already know what I want. And too many times we go into situations without clarity. We just do it just because. And we do it just because it's accessible for us to do it.
Yeah.
But we really don't know what the hell we want to do with it. And then the second most important thing I learned from this was patience. Sometimes you got to take a step back and not have analysis paralysis, but you need to have patience for your vision. Because sometimes we try to rush our visions and rush God's greatness for us. And how do we have the audacity to rush God's greatness for us when we should just have the patience and let God put us in the positions and in the timing that we need to be great? And with Garland Gardens, I rushed my own vision because I didn't have the clarity. I didn't have my 10 toes down. And I was impatient with a lot of different things, which caused me, my impatience caused me to be in a tailspin. And that's why I was wavering back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I truly wasn't clear on the direction of the house or my life at that point in time. See, when you are not clear and have your 10 toes down on just you and your physical, or what you're doing as a person, everything around you is going to crumble and go to shit. And it's going to cost you more money than it actually should have cost you. Then it becomes very expensive lessons. And with Garland Garden, I had to learn so many different expensive lessons. I've owned this house for 2 years today. I've been paying a mortgage of $6,500 for 2 years.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot of money.
haven't slept one day in this house. You know what I'm saying? I've spent $20,000 on knocking down trees. I spent $15,000 to $20,000 to fix the basement. Then the pipes burst because I was rushing. I was in LA, wasn't thinking. I forgot to winterize the house. Then I had to spend another $15,000 to pump 3 feet of water out of my 3,000 square foot basement. So you're talking, I spent a lot of money on a house I've never slept in because I lack clarity and I lack patience. So those lessons are very important for all of us when we're going through not just real estate, but just any ventures or anything that we're doing in our life, because you have to make sure you are self-centered within yourself. Because if you're not, things around you will become more expensive and they'll become expensive lessons.
Yeah.
And if you're not 10 toes down, your mind is not 10 toes down, yo, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. And I'm living proof. I'm not perfect. I never sit up here and say, yo, I'm a guru at anything, right? I learn every day just like everybody else. And this particular house, which is my 2-year anniversary of owning this particular property, has been so many learning lessons. Not just in real estate, because now I'm going through this, I'm GCing. Again, I have to GC my own job. Because now when I'm trying to hire builders, they're trying to bang me out, and I refuse to get taxed.
Yeah.
I refuse to get taxed. I'm not getting taxed. So now what I have to do, I have to go out here and I have to find all types of subcontractors, interview people. They don't show up. And, you know, I live 20, 30 minutes away. So now I gotta put miles on Rhonda. I got to go back and forth. I got to meet people. They don't show up. It makes me late for other appointments. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, it's a lot that time and money, gas money, paying people. Sometimes these people want a deposit to even come, like, and then I don't even hire them because I don't like what they're talking about anyway.
Yeah.
So when you go through these things, y'all, clarity and patience is probably the most important thing that you can do for not just for your life, but all your businesses, including real estate. Because oftentimes we all try to go through buying homes and being an investor. You want to put in your bio investor so bad, or potential investor. You want to have doors, and you want to do this, and you want to do that. You want to cash flow. That all sounds fucking great. It sounds fine and dandy. But if you don't have the clarity, and you're not 10 toes down, and you don't give the patience, not analysis paralysis, but patience, to let your vision work itself out, then you can cost yourself money for no reason. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well said. Well said. So yeah, very well said. So HELOC.
You was at a loss of words right there, too. It's hitting you.
No, I didn't want to be like, all right, so yeah, anyways, but about that HELOC. It's not like I don't want to just, disregard what you said because I was listening, but just that question was on my mind still.
I mean, it's a good question. I mean, what about a HELOC?
So if you take out a HELOC, can you still refinance?
Yeah.
So now you said yeah, but if you take out a HELOC for the full amount of the equity, then you can't, I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if you have equity left over after taking out whatever, like let's say if you have $200,000 in equity, you take out $100,000, you have $100,000 in equity still, and you can refinance with that $100,000.
Correct.
Okay.
Depending on the LTVs for the program you need,
Right.
and for your occupancy type and property type. But essentially, yes.
Okay. I just answered that question. There was another question in here that somebody else asked about something about a company or something like that with the HELOC. Where is it? Give me a second. You talking about a HELOC? Oh, can you get a HELOC with a company other than your first mortgage company?
Absolutely. Go to a local credit union. My recommendation all the time. Like when I take on my HELOC, I'm probably going to like the Bethpage or something.
Yeah, Bethpage is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to Bethpage.
Usually credit unions are, A1.
Bethpage, you're going to come see me. I'm going to come see you, matter of fact. Give me $800,000, $900,000, please. Thank you very much.
I don't think people knew that you could take a HELOC out and
Yeah, I'm
refinance.
going to take out like $800,000. I need it. I want it. I'm going to go buy like 100 units.
That's your full amount of equity?
No. It's over $1 million of equity in the house when it's done.
And then you'll still be able to refinance if you want to later on.
I would never refinance my first mortgage.
Oh, your first mortgage. Okay.
Yeah, I would never refinance that shit. It's below 3%.
Yeah. I think you're talking about the house here now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Garland Gardens.
Oh, that's right. You bought it 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm a little slow.
I mean, apparently.
Well, because you said your first mortgage, but I thought you have
no,
other.
My first mortgage, meaning if you take a HELOC, it's a second mortgage. So
okay.
first position, second position. I'm not talking about properties I own.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm not talking about the properties I own. I'm talking about first position or second position.
Got you.
Yeah.
Copy.
So that mortgage, the HELOC will be in second position behind on the deed of the house. It'll read the first mortgage is X, and then it's followed by this. It's a junior lien. Which I'm probably teach this weekend too.
What? Teach what?
Title reports and shit like that. I'm talking about title. No, I'm not talking about deeds, but I'm talking about title insurance specifically. And yes, patience and clarity. Clarity and patience. Type it in chat. Clarity and patience. Type it in chat. All right, what you were saying? So yes, the house will have over $1 million of equity, so I'm gonna probably take out like $700,000-800,000 of it immediately, and now I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna go buy probably 100 units, like I explained on the channel a month ago, and then that 100 units is gonna make me enough money to not only pay the HELOC off, but pay my mortgage.
Is there any properties that you can't take a HELOC on?
Investment properties are very difficult to take out HELOCs in. There's a handful of banks that would do that, literally.
But but the rates would probably be higher, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's an investment. But it doesn't matter. If it's still cash flow, who cares? I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, I'm noticing that's a pattern too. Like if it's cash flowing or if it makes sense, then who cares about the rate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's put in our pockets.
Rates are important, but it's not important at the end of the day,
Right,
depending on what type of property. Is this an investment or my primary? See,
Yeah.
One is being paid for and is giving you passive income. The one is technically you have to pay for it. So that's when the rates are more important because it's technically money that got to come out of your bank account to pay for it.
Makes sense.
So you're more rate sensitive. Hence why people who are trying to buy homes in today's market are slowing down a little bit because they're rate sensitive, because that transfers to a higher mortgage payment than that they will really want to get for this said house.
Right.
Right? Is this $600,000 house in this neighborhood worth me paying $5,000 for? Right?
Yeah.
Or should I just stay and pay my $3,500 rent?
Yeah. Now, can you take a HELOC out and put the money into the house and raise the equity? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you are in a position where the comps support that. So when you're doing a rehab, if you take out if it's your primary residence,
I'll say primary residence, you know.
if you're doing a primary residence and you want to do home improvement,
Yeah.
you got to be wise of your home improvement to make sure you're not overspending on that, because construction costs can eat up your potential gains.
Right now, with everything, with the
In
market,
general,
or
it
just in
doesn't matter
general?
where.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what the market is, what's happening. Construction costs can eat up your gains. You gotta understand, these motherfuckers come and rip down walls, and now they find something else is wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and now that something else might cost you $3,000 here. Then they do something else, and it's like, damn, dude, again? The fuck you keep? Don't call me, bro. Like, it's like you go to the mechanic, you go for your oil change, and they tell you need all this other stuff. I just want to spend $100 for an oil change.
Yeah.
When I go get Rhonda service, it's the worst, because I know I'm about to spend $2,000 for servicing.
Yeah.
It's
be like that.
painful. I'd be like, I came here for oil change, and you telling me all this stuff I need? Like, come on.
That's what happens when you have a range.
Yes. You got to pay the cost to be the boss and everything in life.
Facts.
I happily pay that money because I need Rhonda to be at her top peak performance.
Should have got a Prius.
Should have got a Honda.
Honda's a good car too.
Honda's a great car. Lots of technology.
So now, let's say you have that money, right? What? This is like kind of like not off topic, but like, let's say if you took that money out of HELOC, right? What if you wanted to make home improvements? What would be a smart one to make in order for you to increase the value of your property?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I can't really answer that because it just depends on the property, the comps, what's in the neighborhood. But relatively, no, I would never trade in my range for Escalade. Let's not.
Escalade's fire though.
Yeah, it is, but it's not a range.
Okay, can you answer my question though?
Hold on, it's not a range though. Now, when I get my driver, I'll get a range for that. I mean, an Escalade for that.
Escalade's fire.
Yeah, I'm going to get an Escalade, but I'm not going to trade in Rhonda for that. That's like going down to me.
True.
I can't go down. That's in addition to. So when this is done and I'm out east, then I get the Escalade for the driver, and then I'm going to have it kitted out the way I want. So when we outside, we in that. We don't need to take Rhonda.
I'm not going to debate you on this one, so I agree.
No, that's a fact, because Rhonda can't be outside like that. She just got to be my put. But the Escalade from when we outside, the driver, I want stars on the roof. I want it hooked up.
Yeah, stars and Escalade's fire.
Nah, it's fire. It's going to be fire. But if I trade in Range Rovers are Fords, trash. You must don't drive a Range Rover.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. That's why I said I'm not going to debate you, because this car talk is a whole different. But like, I'm not a fan of Range Rover either. But
you'll be very comfortable in the Range though.
Now there's other cars that are more comfortable.
Which car?
You said which car?
Which car?
You don't like what I like though.
What car? What car is more comfortable in the Range? Truck, SUV.
Comfortable in terms of what? See this, bro.
Bro, what?
Yo, hold on. I have questions. Hold on. I have questions in my head.
What car is more comfortable than the Range Rover?
I'll let the chat decide that. I'm talking
about trucks, SUV. This shit
I know
drives,
what you're talking about. Yeah.
This shit drives like a Beamer, bro.
It drives like a Beamer?
Yeah, because the chassis is from Beamer.
So then, wouldn't it be safe to say that a BMW would drive better or be more comfortable than a Range Rover?
No, because it's not a Range, and it don't drive more comfortable.
So what kind of like investment should you make into your own property to increase the value of it?
Why you switch the subject?
Because I had it on my head, bro. And then it's like, what were you saying before? I'm like,
All right. So what was the question again? Let's get back to this talk because we could debate this all day. Y'all not
because I was on a roll. I was like, oh, okay, this is getting interesting.
All right, let's
you
get
want
back
to start talking about cars, and I'm a car guy too, but like, you know
all
what I
right.
mean?
Let's get back to the subject.
So now you take out a HELOC, right?
Uh-huh.
Now you want to put this money back into your house because you want to increase the property value.
You said a Volvo is more comfortable. Oh my God! Don't get blocked. Do not get blocked,
I've
yo.
never driven one in my life. I never even been in one.
A G-Wagon is definitely not. The G-Wagon is the hardest ride pause out of all these cars. That shit is a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
That G-Wagon is not comfortable at all, bro.
It's not comfortable, but it's definitely
It's fire.
Yeah, but you could drive anywhere with that thing.
No, it's fire.
Yeah.
But is it comfortable? That drive, that will be shaking, bro. like that G-Wagon be shaking.
Nah,
you
was
like,
probably driving 2000 and
no, I was driving. I was driving
version.
the 2022. I'm sorry.
And the wheel was shaking.
Bro, I'm telling you, you put that G-Wagon at 70, 80 miles,
Felt
bro.
like a Jeep. That shit felt like a Jeep. Those Jeeps are, oh my God, yo. Wrangler, you push that brake. It's like you driving up.
Nah, that Wrangler is trash, bro.
I was thinking about getting one years ago, and I was like, "Yup." I test drive. I was like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm good.
Forget that. Forget that. All right.
Okay, back to the question I had. I'm gonna ask it one more time though before I get interrupted. So, now let's say you have a HELOC, right? You have equity in your house. You want to take out a HELOC. You want to do your kitchen or something like that, right? Or let's say your basement, because, you don't even want to do it for that reason. But let's say if you wanted to do that just to increase the value of the property, what would be a good, see what I'm saying? Like you messing my flow up, bro. You told my cars and I had the question down very good before. Now I'm like trying to articulate it and I can't. What would be a good investment into your property to increase the value?
Kitchens and bathrooms are always good.
What about a basement?
Basements don't really do that. Kitchens and bathrooms.
Why don't basements? That could be a whole.
Because
how? Because then can't you just rent out the basement if you?
Yeah, but you're talking about from resale purposes and value, right? Basements, and like, especially if you're talking New York and most of these places, these basements are underground. They're not considered living square footage. Now, if your joint is above ground, like a walkout basement is considered part of the living square footage, then yes. But if it's not considered part of the living, like technically, Garland Gardens, like if you look at the original listing,
Yeah.
the original listing of it, it said the house is 3,000 square feet. But it's not. Because it's only counting the above.
But is that just for right now or until the next time it?
No. Listen, try and teach you something. It's below grade.
Okay.
So it's below grade. It technically is not included in the livable square footage. But now that I put architectural plans in place,
Yeah.
and now I'm extending the basement and I'm making it a walkout basement, and I got it approved to do this. Now it's a part of the square footage, but also that's going to screw me because it's going to raise my taxes.
Because there's more property on the land.
No, it's more. Right. It's a bigger house now.
Which is the same thing.
What?
No.
No, the land and the house is two different things.
I guess it's the way I said it. It's more property.
It's more house. It's not property. Property is land.
Yes. House, more house.
It's more of a house technically from an assessment standpoint now.
Right.
Because now it's being assessed as a 3,000 square foot on an acre of land. Now it's being assessed as 7,500.
When does that go into effect though?
Once the construction is completed.
So then the taxes go up after that?
It's going to go up probably a year after that. My taxes are probably going to be like 40,000.
40,000 for what?
40,000.
For taxes?
Property taxes, yes. How much you think the taxes are now, bro? You know where I live. You know the neighborhood. How much you think the taxes are now?
Not that.
No, they're not 40 now, but how much you think taxes are over there, bro?
Damn, my mom's paying like 12,000 a year.
Okay.
And her house is not, it's a nice area. But
okay.
40,000?
Where is
I know where you, okay,
exactly.
So yeah, all right. But damn, 40, I thought it would be like 10,000 more, not 40,000. Damn.
My property taxes right now on the house is like 27, 28 right
That's
now.
crazy. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You hiring?
No. Not at all.
Y'all niggas hiring? What's up?
No.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. How much you thought the property taxes are now?
Not 40K. I'm
They're
thinking
not
like,
40K.
yo.
No, they're not 40K now. They're
Oh.
like 27, 28,000.
That's still a lot of money though for property
Yes,
taxes.
that's a second job for people.
That's some, yeah, that's part-time job at like, you know, a retail store.
Yes.
Damn.
It's not a flex though. I'm not trying to flex with this. This is just.
That's not. I wouldn't want to. Nah.
Yeah, no. This shit is. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. Like this is not cheap in New York.
I live in a trailer.
God willing, I will never have to live in a trailer.
I can make it fly. The 40K or 20,
Nah, but
20,000.
my taxes are definitely gonna go up to probably 35,000 to 40,000 somewhere around there.
Wow.
And if I'd have did the 11,000 one, no, if I'd have did the 11,000, it definitely would have been 40,000. But what I'm doing right now is probably going to be the first year. It'll probably be like 33 to 35,000.
And taxes never go down.
If the market depreciates, then yeah.
Does the market ever do that?
Yeah, when the market crashed years ago, people property taxes got lower.
And then rent prices go down too, or no? Because I've always heard that rent prices never go down.
Rent prices pretty much never really go down.
But so now what happens? Like rent prices are high right now.
Okay.
So what if they get to, let's say if they got to like a crazy amount, what happens when the market pretty much balances out? Then it's like everyone's paying high rent, and you can like, how do you go back?
You're still gonna pay high rent. Why would I lower my rent price? Because the market balanced out. That had nothing to do with pay my rent.
Damn, that's crazy.
This is the rent now. This is the market price for rent. Rent and mortgage and housing prices are two different things. This is the rent payment.
Yeah, but like, wanting to get to a point where it's like, yo, that's a lot.
Life is a lot.
Yeah, that's scary, man. We living in scary times, y'all. Living in scary times. Going out into the real world is scary. It's scary.
Adulting is real. Adulting is real, ladies and gentlemen.
That's crazy.
Adulting is real.
That is crazy.
Adulting is real.
No, it's...
Outside is expensive.
Yeah.
Home ownership is expensive, but this is the greatest time ever to be alive. I would rather be alive in this day and age than 60 years ago.
I wouldn't even know 60. I would want to live in the 80s.
Nah.
80s is like my, like...
The 80s was the crack era, bro.
Nah, but I just love like breakdancing, like
that's
the
fine.
Neon lights,
Yeah,
clubs, the colors.
The 80s,
you know,
the 80s represent pain for me.
Well, I'm just saying from let me
It's
dream a little bit.
You can dream all you want. I'm telling you, it wasn't all that it was cracked out to be. Like I'm trying to tell you.
Damn, that's crazy. Mind blown. So yeah, I think that was for the HELOC. I think that was pretty much right. Taking out the money, refinance. So you could refinance as well. You could take that money, put it back into the property, so how does that work when you didn't finish that point though? Let's say if you wanted to do your kitchen over, right, and the value of the property goes up. How do you like who determines that?
Determines what?
Like, let's say if I today wanted to do my kitchen over, right, and I put like 30K into it, like doesn't that make the property worth more?
No, that don't necessarily mean your property gonna go up because you put money into it. It's all on the comps in the neighborhood.
Right, so the comps in the neighborhood, but at the time of whenever you're doing the work, like how does that work? Like let's say I did my kitchen over, whatever it is, I put the investment into the house, the money, and let's say next year I want to sell the house. You see, guys, I'm trying to ask this guy a question. Look at him. This is what he does all the time, and this is why I will never go to the gym with him, because this is exactly what's gonna happen. Look,
bro, I'm working, bro, and I'm working. All right,
boy, got me talking in circles.
It's all comps.
You
bro.
got me talking in circles. Like I don't even.
You
know.
put money into the house. It's the comps in the neighborhood.
Look, I don't have a crib. I'm just trying to learn, brother.
I'm teaching you.
Feel me?
I said it 4 times already. I said it's the comps.
It's comps, but okay, but
Who determines the comps?
Yes.
The buyers, the people who are buying in the house within the last 6 months, who are buying in the neighborhood.
now let's say if you want to go refinance after that, how does that work?
It's still comps. You still got to get an appraisal, and it's based off of the comps.
So anytime you're going to refinance or buy a house,
You
or
need an
anytime
appraisal.
You need an appraisal.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
The comps in the area support the whole thing.
Okay. I know that's a very basic question.
That's not basic.
No, but
It's actually a great question.
it's a great question, but like, it sounds good. But then when you actually, I ask these questions is from like, yo, today, like I'm gonna go today and I'm gonna find out how to do this. What's the steps? How do I get there?
What's the steps to do what, though?
To determine your home value, and you just said you have to get an appraisal.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, if you want to really determine your home value, I mean, you can go on Zillow and all these sites. They'll give you a Zestimate and shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's an estimate. It's not like the official.
No, that's not official at all. And it's not going to be official even if you buy your own appraisal, because the bank, if you go to the bank, they're going to send their own appraiser out there. So it don't even matter what your appraiser says. It's what the bank appraiser says.
Well, it matters when you sell a house. At the time you're
No,
selling
it
the
doesn't
house.
matter what your appraisal say, either when you sell the house, because it matters what a buyer will pay you and what you're willing to accept what they'll pay you.
Facts. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So again, it all boils back down to buyers, closing. Look, in life, value is determined by what somebody will pay you.
In life or in real estate?
In life. We had a conversation yesterday about you taking other jobs.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, you need to charge them more than what you feel like you're worth. And if they're willing to pay it, then guess what? That's your new price.
Yeah.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
True.
So if I am willing to look at all the people who purchase houses and paid $50,000 above asking price, they determined they were happy with paying that because that was their value of said properties.
Right.
So now that's the new marker for the neighborhood. That's the new comp.
So
Right?
are you going to mess up the comps for your area with your house?
Am I going to do what?
Because let's say if you have one house that's
I'm not worried about my area.
Oh, okay. Because like, let's say if you have that one house on the block that's like,
That's cool. That's just one. I'm not worried about that.
but
'Cause
doesn't
it's
that go into the average of the area?
dependent on what else is selling, right?
Only on what's selling, not the value.
Selling determines value,
Okay, got you.
right?
Yeah.
So if you sold that person, you say you wanted $5,000 for their job, but you normally would, you'd have probably took $1,000, but they paid you $5,000, right?
Yeah, but then there's people who mess up shit. Like if it's like photography, it's the same thing. I'm worth $1,500. Homeboy's good, but he gonna charge $500.
Okay.
So then what does that do? It messes up for everybody else.
No, it
because they gonna
doesn't, because if you stand on your 10 toes and you say, look, I know homeboy charging you 50% less than I am, but he ain't Tooks Productions, baby.
It don't. But no.
No, it does.
Okay.
It does. He ain't me.
You could look at it that way, but when you're dealing with
No.
a client, it's like, bro, like
No.
really, like you know.
Dude, it's like when you go hire a DJ,
Okay.
right? I can go get the neighborhood DJ for $500. Oh, I got the plug with DJ Envy. Let me go, and I'm gonna pay him $5,000.
But now if DJ
Hold
Envy was
on.
charging 500,
No, but DJ Envy ain't gonna charge $500 because he's DJ Envy.
but that's what I'm saying.
The neighborhood Joe Blow Schmo who just want to make some quick bucks will do $500, and essentially, yeah, they're both gonna just play records.
Yeah.
Right? Essentially, it's the same thing. Like your photography analogy, right? It's the same thing. But if I'm throwing a party that I'm trying to make money and DJs bring in people, especially if
Yeah.
they have brands and names, it's worth me to pay Envy $5,000 where I know I could have saved $4,500 and just promoted the fuck out of it myself. But you know what? Let me give him his $5 because his value is his brand and his network and everything like that.
Yeah. So
Same
a
thing.
lot more comes with the package of having an Envy rather than a neighborhood.
It's
Okay.
you pay for what you feel like it's worth to you.
Right.
People know the price of everything but the value of nothing.
Yeah, you said that before. That
I
was
say it all the
legit.
time.
Will didn't clip it up, but you know, you should.
He needs to clip that. Tell him clip that shit. He keeps sending me Fabio clips.
Yo, I wish I could show them what that looked like, but I mean, it's all good. I can't even get on the computer. Oh man, classic clip, timeless. But yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. It's just something that it's a common thing. So I figured it'd probably be the same for the housing market too, because like, you know,
It's the same for everything. What
Yeah.
are you willing to pay for it?
right.
Because if somebody's willing to pay you more and the seller's willing to accept it, and then it closes and is on record for that price, then guess what that becomes? A new comp for the neighborhood. So, and like you brought it to my situation, if somebody in my neighborhood has to do a fire sale, yeah, essentially that hurts the whole neighborhood. But
Right, that's what I mean. So if you sell
but
it
it
for
does,
like
but it's
under-
not gonna hurt us to a certain extent, because we know that everybody else in this neighborhood is not going to
Not
be
gonna
affected
be-
like that.
right.
Because we're not going to just take less just because we'll hold it out, because we all essentially can afford our mortgages.
Is there ever a time where it does affect, like where there are multiple homes in the area that do happen to like, because maybe let's say if it was a community of people who all work at the
Yeah,
same
that's
company.
called a crash.
Okay, all
That's
right.
called the crash. That neighborhood is crashing.
Okay.
Everybody, the whole neighborhood can't afford it. Run for the hills.
Yeah.
We all fucked because of these 10 neighbors right here who bit off more than they can chew.
And how do you find out what zone, like, is there a zoning area for that? Like what determines, is it just for the block or
What do you mean zoning?
like, how do you know, like, you know, community or the area that
Okay.
you, like the
How do you
comps
find
in the area?
comps?
Yeah, but is it like within the block, one block, two blocks over?
So
or-
no. So comparable sales, when an appraiser is looking at for comparable sales, they can look up to a mile radius and
okay.
sales within the past 6 months. Now, if the appraiser can't find sales within 6 months, they have the leeway to go up to a year. And the comparables have to be the same type of property, and generally the same type of property style,
okay.
square footage, same characteristics, right? So if homeboy sells his house and he has a 3,000 square foot home and he sells it for $1 million, but I got a 7,500 square foot home, that's not my comp. So I don't
Yeah.
care what he does.
And they look at the square footage of the house, basically, and
Yeah.
what type of house it is to
My
determine.
square footage, I'm big boy, so I'm compared to the big boys. I'm not compared to the little boys. So if y'all do your little thing, because there's houses in every neighborhood that sell less than what the
Right.
most expensive ones or the bigger ones sell for. So I'm not worried about what the little boys are doing. I'm worried about what these people, and that's what I'm doing my renovation based off of what the big boys are doing in my neighborhood.
So you drove around the
I know
area.
that that's my dream area.
Yeah.
It's not my dream house. It might turn into my dream house because after I just saw what Alex Good Energy is doing to his close friends, he going crazy.
He's bored. He's
not bored. He's just rich.
Yeah,
and
but he's just like, what?
No,
Like,
he's just living his
His
dream.
house looks crazy already.
His house is sick.
And I haven't even been. I just seen the video. I'm like, yo, that's wild.
Nah, his house is sick. So I'm going to spend probably a lot more money because I'm like, when I go for his 40th birthday, I know I'm going to be like, nah, bro. I know I'm gonna be like, nah, I need this. Like, I gotta have this, yeah. So, but I say all this to say that when you buying in a neighborhood, especially for your primary residence, and you know you want to do repairs and works and things like that, you have to really comb the neighborhood and see what's the historical data of the neighborhood as far as sales, the trends, what's happening, what's the default ratios, foreclosure ratios, what's the crime rates. You got to really pay attention to all of this type of stuff, what's going on there. And, this area that my dream area is something I had my eye on this for a decade plus.
Oh, so you already knew the area. You've seen the house in the area.
When I saw the property, I fell in love with it. I'm like, and I don't try to be emotional with this stuff, but I fell in love with the property because I know, like, oh, this is the property. I can do something here.
Yeah.
This shit gonna be a state light when I'm done.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
It's gonna be crazy.
That's what's up. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't even looked at chat since I kind of don't like to, like I said before, like yesterday, because I kind of like to have questions in my head going because I get distracted too easily. Oh, somebody said about the photography situation, that $500. Yeah, I agree. It's a very common thing. I remember people used to always complain about that. Like, it's just hard for other people to get jobs because they want to get paid a certain amount, and then they got homeboy charging $250, and everyone wants to go to the $250 guy. But it's a pretty common thing. please save your money now when the market crashed so you can buy. Oh, please, people, save your money now when the market crashed so you can buy.
Yeah. Who said that?
It's Will Tacova. He's a I don't know if he's a troller either, but like he always be in here with that. It's funny. Somebody said, can you do a HELOC with NACA?
No.
What? Wait. So, we already spoke about that. What kind of what kind of loans can you do HELOC with?
A HELOC is a loan.
I mean, like
properties, primary residence,
yeah.
single families, generally speaking. Primary residence, single families, generally speaking.
Yeah, but isn't NACA?
NACA is a different. Again, guys, that's first mortgages. HELOCs is second. So if you have equity and you have a NACA loan, an FHA loan, doesn't matter. Loan, the HELOC is positioned based off the equity you have currently in the home to tap into it. You're not touching the first mortgage.
Nah, you lost me, bro.
All right. So I have a NACA loan.
Yeah.
I owe $500,000. My house is worth $1 million.
Okay.
I got a 1% interest rate on my $500,000. I'm not going to refinance that to get cash out. So I'm going to take out a home equity line of credit of $300,000.
Yeah.
My NACA loan will stay at 1%, and then now I have a second mortgage, which is the HELOC, for $300,000.
So you can do a HELOC with a NACA loan.
With having a NACA loan, yeah. You said, can you do a HELOC with NACA?
No.
That's what you asked me.
Yeah, no, you confused. I was like, wait, no. How can you do a HELOC with NACA?
You can't do a HELOC with NACA.
Well,
that was your question.
That's how it's right.
Oh, exactly my point. But you asked me a question.
I asked it the way it was said, but I understand how it works. So
no, you don't understand how it works. This person needs to articulate themselves better.
Yeah, but
this is why I'm teaching y'all.
You said no, so I'm like, how? In my head, because
the question was, can I do a HELOC with NACA? So me as a professional, you telling me, can I do a HELOC with NACA? No, NACA don't do HELOCs.
I'm thinking you have the crib with the NACA
but that
loan.
wasn't the question.
Okay, got you.
The question was, can I do a HELOC with NACA?
Oh, okay.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I didn't interpret the question that way then.
Well, I don't know why.
Well, because that doesn't make sense.
That question doesn't make sense to me.
But I took it as you have used an NACA loan to get your house.
That wasn't the question. The question should have been then, if that was the case, I have a current NACA loan, but I have equity in my house and I want to take a HELOC. Is that okay?
Okay. It's a long question.
It don't matter what it is. It's the right way to speak to somebody.
So no, you cannot do a HELOC with NACA. NACA does not do HELOCs.
Correct.
But if you have a NACA loan and you have equity, you can take out a HELOC on the property, right?
If you qualify.
If you qualify, right.
How long we been on this?
1:30.
Oof. Okay. Language is important.
No, it is.
Words,
I took it, but
words,
I don't know.
But you can't never take nothing, pause, right? You gotta, words are important.
Yeah.
And this is why I want to dwell on this for a second, because when you guys are going to talk to bankers and stuff like that, you have to, don't move. Ain't nothing wrong. Y'all need to just turn your phones up. Y'all ain't got iPhones 11s. I don't know.
Don't move. What's that mean?
Somebody said, I guess I moved once or twice and the sound, I don't know. But what I'm saying to you is, and this is why I'm on this channel talking to y'all like this, because words are important. When y'all go to the bankers and say, the loan officers, and y'all say, yo, I want to buy an investment property and use FHA. In their mind, it's like, yo, you trying to commit fraud? What are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
You should say, I want to buy an owner-occupied multifamily. Take the word investment out of it.
It's pretty common, though, for...
It's pretty common for people to use the wrong language and the wrong words. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but it's like if you came into
No, bro. You can't say it like that, right? This is very important part about doing business the right way.
Okay.
I just said clarity and patience, right? clarity is also know how to speak to people in the right way, so and articulate yourself in the right way. So especially if you're trying to do business, that the people you're trying to do business understand exactly what you're trying to get done, so they can help you. But if you're unclear with what you're saying, then you make it harder for the people that you're hiring to help you achieve your goals. Because as a professional, they're going to say, yo, you're trying to commit fraud. What are you doing? And then you're going to say, no, I'm going to live in there. Then now you're a red flag already in our head. So words are very important on how you articulate it and how you ask questions. Like, and especially if you're typing something, because now that could translate, if you're typing it like that, then that could be an email too, and there's no way to get rid of that. Now you have a paper trail of something that can be used against you that looks fraudulent. So words are very important. Take patience. Take your time if you're asking a question, especially if you're typing, because you got to get into the habit of speaking to banking and lending professionals. You can't assume shit in my world. You told me you're trying to do something. That's what you said. So I'm just doing what you said. I'm just saying in general.
Like, why did I say nothing?
So I can't sit here. Like, if I'm having a conversation with you, I can't read your fucking mind. What are you talking about to me? Talk proper. You're grown up. You're not baby boss who's 8, who may have a problem sometimes articulating what she has to say, and she has to think about it. But even her, if she has a problem with saying something to me, she'll take a step back and pause, because that's how we taught her. All my kids. Take a chill pill. Think about it. And then come back to me. Process it. That's the patience. Stop rushing. We just had a whole clarity and patience conversation in this, right? Effective communication is extremely important, so that way you have a clear vision and your team has a clear vision. And we can't just pacify the audience and assume that they mean one thing. No, I don't know what the hell you mean. And it's respectfully. I don't even ask this. I'm being respectful, but I'm just trying to tell you, yo, because when you're doing business, you're in email. And if you're talking like this on YouTube, then you're going to talk like that in email too. We ain't trying to use street terms.
I mean,
we're trying to use layman terms.
Yeah.
But be effective with the communication so we can achieve our goals.
Definitely something to push for.
Effective communication is what we all should strive for in every aspect of our life. It's the key to success. It's the key to the world. Effective communication and emotional intelligence, 2 of the biggest keys in life.
Okay.
Everybody hit the like button or drop a gem if you're learning something today, because I'm about to get the hell out of here. And make sure you go get the webinar. Less than 100 seats left. Link is pinned in the live chat.
Part 1. What's the downside of me doing this? Doing what?
Again, we just had this conversation about effective communication.
Yeah, well, hold on, bud.
I'm not saying you asking it.
I know. But he probably had a different message that I didn't see. So
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
We're on YouTube, and you probably didn't see it. So copy and paste your original question with, like, you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like, people, but this is a trend that happens within our community all the time. When people ask you things and they do things, it's like, bro, I didn't see your first question. There's 100, 300, 400 people in here. Everybody's talking. Like, if you want a question asked and answered, maybe you copy and paste the question and put it in the chat a few times.
Yeah.
But make sure it's effective. And it doesn't matter if this guy's grammar isn't always the best. My communication is effective. Joe does mortgages.
Yeah, but like, see, even that, like, who knows what he's talking about?
I don't care, because I see this and he says, bruh, this guy.
But what if he's talking about that guy?
Well, it's on my channel, and he can't be talking about this guy. He's talking about me in my mind. So if he's talking about the guy, then he should have effective communication and proper grammar. Say, MG, I'm not talking about you, but this other guy, his grammar's always off because he's always in the chat going crazy. Because now if I see that, I'm gonna think he's talking about me. Again, we gotta do better, man.
We got to do better. Yeah. Well, I'm just
because then someone like me, I see that and I'm thinking like, oh, he trying to play me, especially as a mortgage guy. Then I'm gonna get really like in my shit.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you're on the internet though, so
I don't care about the internet, bro.
It works both ways, I think, personally.
No, but I don't care about the internet.
We're on it.
I don't care about the internet.
So I just feel like people are going. It's natural. It's people comment, talk ish all the time. It's very common. I wouldn't even.
Yeah, but when you talk shit, you gotta watch out who you talking shit to.
Well,
maybe I'm just old school. I'm 44. Maybe I'm on my unk shit.
That's you super unk.
Maybe I'm on my super unk shit, right? Because I'm just be like, because
most people are. Most unks are like that.
Because it's just like, yo, you can't talk to anybody in any tone, in any manner.
Especially if you wouldn't say it to their face. I agree. Look, I get it. But, I just look at it as content. It's going to be tough mentally.
It's not tough mentally. It's frustrating.
But it's tough mentally to look into what's going, it's just a comment. Like, that's how I look at it. Oh, okay. People talk shit about me too.
I look at it like, I look at it too like, okay. I laugh at it. But also when I see certain comments, I'm like.
Happens all the time. Bro, you know how many people comment about me being on here talking about, yo, this dude with the hat never knows what's going on this channel.
I see those comments too, and I can do nothing but laugh.
What kind of questions are these? He's got to do better. But people don't understand, like, yo, I'm learning. So it's like, who cares? Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be upset about that mentally all the time, but it's like, yo, like, who cares? I'm putting the effort into learning and trying to educate myself. So if you got a problem with that, then go find some other channel to watch, bro. Go watch some other more.
Now you getting spicy.
No, I'm just saying it's the truth though. But I could literally be upset by that and be like, you know what? I'm not gonna get on camera no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here putting myself out here to look stupid all the time, and ask these questions that maybe.
I don't think you're looking stupid though.
Yeah, but for me, like if this is a camera, channel, or if it was anything related to production, I wouldn't be talking the way I'm talking right now, because I know a lot about that. This isn't my space, so it's different for somebody to come on here. And even when somebody comes on from who's watching, like, and they don't know what they're talking about, think about that every single day. You got to deal with that. Think about having the anxiety or being nervous every single day to ask certain things are going to sound stupid. There's 300 people in here every day, and who knows? Not all of them are commenting, but some of them might be like, "Yo, this dude, man, here we go." Some of them may be like, "Yo, why Tukes on here?" You got to listen to Tukes. Get a professional in here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yo, I'm learning. I'm trying to help y'all learn too. So if you came to the channel and you feel like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, which I honestly, this is not my space of work, but I'm just trying to help. That's all. And I figured me being on here would help the audience learn, because I'm not scared to ask this dude any questions. I know him personally. So that's the reason why I felt like it was best to have me and even Jordan on before.
No, I agree with everything that you're saying, but again, it is what it is sometimes.
But again, like I said, my point was, don't focus on that.
I'm not focused on that, bro.
Focus on the bigger picture.
I am focused on the bigger picture, but I'm gonna
don't worry about that one comment. That's what I'm saying.
I'm reading all the comments.
You can read them, but like, yo, man.
No,
I ain't gonna curse, but
I'm gonna say something.
F that shit, like.
You look. I'm going to say what I want to say, because I say what I want to say whenever I want to say it. And ultimately, if I choose to address somebody in the chat that's saying foolishness, I'm going to address it any way I want to.
Typical New York shit.
And then I'm from New York. I'm not letting shit slide.
Typical New York shit.
I'm not letting shit slide from New York, bro. It's only so much I'm going to let slide. It's going to go to the point like, yo, I'm not letting that slide no more, because then it just comes as a form of disrespect. And if you let people continue to disrespect you, they're going to think you fooled.
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker, bro. I don't care how old I am.
Nah, I'm the same way, but I just feel like with content and internet, if it's not happening face to face, then it's like, all right, like
I agree with that to a certain extent, but it don't matter.
Yeah, I that's the unk shit.
It don't matter. Because if they do it on the internet, they think they're gonna be able to do it in your face too.
Most people are keyboard warriors, and they're not.
I agree with that. The keyboard
majority, they will never. That's how it is. Even celebrities, bro. Like,
I get it,
that's
bro.
just how it is. I know you get it.
I get it. I understand. Why we even keep giving light to this shit?
I don't know. I just wanted to make that clear.
I
Because
understand.
I see comments all the time, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go, another one. You know, like, but you just gotta. It's tough. People don't talk about social media and how, you know,
How draining,
how draining,
how
and
draining this shit
exhausting it can
is.
be. Yeah, to
It's
be on
just
here every day
exhausting.
live is exhausting, and in this hot ass room too. So it's like, it's tough. But you know, that's just the nature of the business. You know. Please, guys, let's move on with the show. Will, what do you want to talk about?
Will's in here?
No, not Will. What do you want to talk about? Will's a troll. I don't even think he's a
I
troll.
don't think Will's a troll. I think he just has an opinion.
Yeah.
See, I respect people like Will who has an opinion because he has good comments, and he may say comments that we might not agree with, right? But it don't mean that he's being a troll. We
Sometimes, we see trolls, but sometimes he
trolls,
says things that's like,
but that don't mean he's still being trolling. That means he's just
sometimes you never know. But that's what I'm saying. If I
because he's a regular. And we see him all the time on here, and he's always commenting his opinions, and he goes one way, this, that, and the third, but he has an opinion. Everybody's due to the right of their opinion, Tooks, right?
That's a fact.
Everybody can say their opinion, but it gets different when you try to be disrespectful.
But that's not trolling though.
No, sometimes that is trolling.
Trolling for me is like when you're saying things just to get attention or reaction.
No, but you can tell when Will says something, I can tell by his comments that he's not trying to troll. And if he is, then he's doing a good job of masking it, right?
You never know with
because
this.
you never know. But
That's what I'm
from
saying.
how I received his text, it's like, yo, you don't know the tone of nobody's text message or conversation or email or comment, right? Some of them you can blatantly see, like, yo, the tone of this is like aggressive or super trolling or just disrespectful. You know what I mean?
You could tell though.
But I don't think Will is.
But there's nothing wrong with being. I troll all the time. That's my point. Like I don't know if he's trolling. Isn't just so you know.
It's not super negative.
It's not negative. It's
but
not really
it could
negative
be
at all.
negative
It can
at
be,
times.
but I'm a troll. I troll you all the time.
Yeah, you do, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, but it can come. You could take it as disrespect, but
I don't take it as disrespect. I said it pisses me off. It's a difference between
But
disrespect and pissing
exactly,
me off. It's like, yo,
exactly.
Tooks, why you doing this shit?
Well, he had a question. He said, I have a question. Can I change my 3-family house into a condo?
Why would you do that? See, that sounds like a troll question, right?
That's
it. Like, it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, yo, Will, don't get blocked, bro. I was just defending you, bro.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, if I'm thinking it's a troll, I'm learning. I don't know. That was a great question, though.
No, that wasn't. That was a troll question. Because he know damn well the answer to that.
Oh, I thought you could. Damn.
No,
All right, you got me.
But why would you?
I'm See, I'm trolling.
Now, could you turn your 3-family and turn each unit into individual condos? Yes.
Can you, from your what? Your what?
Huh?
Your what? Your what?
His question was, can you turn a 3-family into a condo? I said, why would you do that? He's trolling, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought about it. I said, oh, wait a minute. You can turn your 3-family and do a condo conversion and now make each one of the units. Yep, that's what he says. I want to sell each unit for more money, right? So now you sell, instead of selling the house, it says a 3-family is worth $1 million. But the condos in the area may go for $750 a piece. Now you can do a conversion and you create 3 condos instead of a 3-family.
That sounds like a lot of work, though.
It is a lot of work, but yes, well, you can do that. But see, his question, again, that's about to effective communication. I didn't understand. It sounded like his question was trolling, right? Mm-hmm. The tone of his question and your question, Will, it sounded like troll. But then he says, I want to sell each unit for more money. See, if he had to put it all together, then I immediately wouldn't have took it as a troll. And I would say, yeah, you can do a conversion if it's zoned for it and this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. This is why I'm talking about effective communication too, because effective communication is very important. When you're speaking to, especially a professional, because if he went into the bank and said, yo, I'm trying to get a loan to turn my 3-family into a condo, they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying, you know what I mean? To the audience and Will, like, yo, effective communication.
No, I get your point.
They do that in Brooklyn every day, all day, yo.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah. Shit's very lucrative.
It's damn.
It's a lot you can do in real estate.
If you know.
If you know the game.
Yeah, if you know the game.
We say it all the time. If you know the game.
So this guy said, good afternoon. I have a loan at 3.75 interest rate. I spend $800 in gas a month. Would you recommend?
$800 a month in gas.
Would you recommend to refinance into conventional and purchase a home near town with an FHA or wait?
What does the $800 a month in gas have to do with anything? I don't think we needed to know that. I think you need to change your car or something. Get a Prius.
I was waiting to see where he was going with that.
I don't know where he's going with the $800 in gas, but I would just say I wouldn't touch my FHA at 3.75%.
I spent maybe because it's a lot of money. That is a lot of money in gas. Yeah, it's a lot of.
I don't spend that much on Rondo.
I spend like $60, so 6, 12.
I probably pay $350 a month, $400 a month.
I probably pay like $240, $300 max.
Yeah, I'm probably like $400 a month on gas,
crazy.
depending on how I'm driving home. Yo, shout out to the super chat. You missing the super chats, man. I appreciate the knowledge that has been given on this channel. I appreciate you, Aquifer Junkie.
Oh yeah, Cali gas is expensive. We went to LA for my birthday last year.
Oh my God!
And I saw that it was like $7.
It was like $7 and change.
I was like, what? Right now it's. I don't even pay attention to gas prices.
Nah, I need it.
Are gas prices like interest rates?
Do they fluctuate?
Like, do you look at it the same way?
No, I just know I need gas.
You need a house.
I don't care what the price is.
So it's the same. Like,
I don't care.
I just thought about that. I'm like,
bro,
wait.
I don't care what my electric bill is, my gas bill is, my water bill is. I don't care what my car gas bill is. It doesn't matter. I need it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
what are you saying? You need it. It doesn't matter what the price is.
Right. So if you want to buy a house, then interest rate doesn't matter though, to a certain extent. Because yeah, it does. It does.
This is why I say don't be house rich and cash poor, because you're gonna have utilities and you gotta pay for it.
Yeah. Certain things don't matter.
Certain things don't matter in life.
Yeah.
Like I need it. I have to have gas in my car.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at what it is now.
I have no clue.
It's like $3-4. I
get homeboy my car and tell him fill that shit up.
Yo, I really don't even know how much gas is in New York.
I have no
Anybody
clue.
know how much gas is in New York? I really don't even know. His daily commute is 120 miles. Damn. That's crazy. I'm trying to get something cheaper since gas price is expensive. Thanks. Okay, so that makes sense.
So yeah, move. If it's over 100 miles, I mean that's crazy. I will move closer to my job.
Yo, that's a lot of money. $800 a month.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's too much. That's too much. You got to move, Playboy.
Cali's expensive too, right?
That's a lot. 120 miles
to buy a house
driving
in Cali,
every
though?
day. 120. Think about 120 miles driving every day. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It can be done though.
How long we been on this? This thing is getting hot now.
An hour and 47.
Oh, I got 3 minutes.
339 outside of Rochester. 385. Yeah, so it's about the same.
You said, well, how long? We might as well make it 2 hours even.
Yeah, so it's about $3.25. Okay, so it's about the same. It almost got up there, but damn. I wonder, does he own his car? I'm curious too if he owns his car. Any advice after refinancing that is fully paid off?
Take out a HELOC.
Yeah.
Don't refi.
Oh, somebody said something about LLPAs.
I don't. Can I explain how the LLPA is going to affect us? Yeah, it's going to hurt us all. We all going to spend more money.
Yeah, I got to watch that video back because I still don't understand.
We did a whole video on that. Y'all should
that was
go
the
watch
numbers,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna all spend a lot of money.
He must be a truck driver. $292 Costco. Damn. I would go to Costco, but it's out the way.
I'm going to homeboy who's going to pump my gas for me.
In Jersey, you can't pump your own gas, I don't think, in Jersey.
They do that out here too.
Yeah, but it's not like I think it's everywhere in Jersey. Like it's a common thing. You go to a Jersey gas station and they just put the gas in for you. It's kind of weird sometimes going there. But I wish they had this service in New York where it was like a mandatory thing. What's a good rate for a HELOC?
Whatever. I don't know. No, I really don't.
He said, I get paid well. That's the only reason I haven't changed jobs. But thank you guys for the advice. Love watching your videos and giving great advice. Appreciate you, Jose. Jose Beltran. Appreciate you, brother. 2012 Kia Optima. Oh, yeah, he's getting good gas mileage on that. He should. Kias are usually good on gas. Can't pump your own gas in Huntington. Is that in Jersey? Yeah, New Jersey, you cannot pump. That's a fact. Which is great for winter. Shit, I'm not trying to get out. Definitely not. They would have to pay me $200 an hour to be driving 120 miles a day. Credit unions are always going to be the GOAT on interest rates. Yeah, I think we said that before, right? Bethpage, credit union is the way to go for any local stuff from Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take out equity of the same house? Oh, I thought didn't we answer that already? Can you take equity out of the same house more than once?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, can you take equity out of the same? Yeah. What's a good first time on this? Hey, what's good? First time on this live. What's good? First time on this live. My question is, if I purchase a four apartment with 2 commercial fronts, what type of loan would I have to get? A little worded weird. If I purchase a 4 apartment with 2 commercial fronts, what type of loan would I have to get?
What? Say that again.
If I purchase a 4 apartment, right? APT with 2 commercial fronts.
You need a commercial loan. That's a commercial property. It's 6 total units. It's a commercial property.
So what do you need? Like a
commercial loan.
Commercial loan.
Yeah, we haven't done no commercial loan.
Oh, that's not even a conventional. That's just like a commercial loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do any commercial stuff. But there's not really a big audience for that on here. I feel like people who are buying commercial, I don't want to say that.
Nah, it's definitely a big audience on here. We just
on YouTube?
Yeah, we just don't talk about it.
I have to do research on that. I highly doubt it.
I'm trying to tell you.
You think that there's a big
I know,
audience?
because this is the stuff that I look at.
Commercial stuff.
I look at high level shit.
The only person that I know who's doing big commercial stuff is Manny Koshman. And he's like is a car collector. And he has his own course and all that stuff. If that's even how you say his last name. But he always talks about commercial. Actually, he doesn't talk about it, but he has like craziest cars. All like Bugattis, McLarens, and he does like commercial real estate investing. But other than that, I don't really know anybody else on. Anybody know anybody on YouTube who's doing commercial investments? You'll need a big down payment to get a commercial loan. That's what I'm saying. So like, how is there a big audience on YouTube for that?
Bro, not everybody's broke, son.
I'm not saying that, but I feel like if you're making money, you're not sitting on here on YouTube talking about how you making X amount of dollars.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's an audience for it. I guarantee you, if we started talking more about that type of stuff, like how to buy a 50 unit, 20 unit, stuff like that.
Yeah, but you need the capital for that.
Okay, you get the capital.
How much money do you need to put down on a commercial loan?
It's a whole process.
You can't give like a
minimum will probably be 25% down. Same thing if you buying a 4-family and doing a DSCR loan.
Doesn't matter how big. It
doesn't matter, bro. It could be $10 million. It's all numbers. The numbers are relevant. If you could do $1 million deal, you can do a $10 million deal. If you could do a $10 million deal, you can do a $100 million deal. It's all about numbers. It's all the same shit.
But when you're dealing with that kind of money, wouldn't you think that somebody would know how to do that?
No. People who got millions don't know how to invest. They just got money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there'd be a small audience for people who actually have the
there's
money to do
more
it.
People in here got money than you think, bro.
I'm talking about YouTube.
I'm talking about, I guarantee you in this audience, make a poll.
Okay.
Make a poll. Answer this poll.
Look, I'm not saying nobody's broke.
No,
let's not get that confused.
Don't even make a poll. I'm just do yes or no in chat. Are you interested to learn about commercial loans?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be yeah.
Yes or no in chat?
That's more content. It's different. But in terms of, would you switch the whole?
It's not a matter of switching nothing, Tooks. You don't have to switch nothing. Why you always think something got to switch?
It's not about switching,
Yeah, that's what
brother.
you're talking about.
I'm saying
it's just content. Look, they
one
all say
video.
yes.
Yeah, I said they would
It
say
could be
yeah.
it could be a whole month of content. Commercial. I can actually sit here and talk more about that than the shit that we talk about every day.
So let's do it.
Because no, you gotta pay me for that.
There's no winning with you.
It's not. I'll give you ABC 1, 2, 3, but like, nah.
Oh,
Like when
boy.
you're talking mixed use and development and all that stuff, it's a little different.
Okay, so I guess the question was answered. There's levels. Somebody said nah. There's one nah in here. There's one nah.
There's nobody saying nah. and if it's one
There's
nah,
one.
block them.
Oh man. What was the do you have to take out a minimum for a construction loan?
I'm not answering that.
See, and you want to do content on this.
Because it's too much to go into, and I only got like 3 or 5 minutes here.
You could do it in 5 minutes.
No, I can't. Next question.
Oh man. Bigger Pockets is a channel and talks about commercial loans and has over
Exactly my
has
point.
over 47,000 views. There is an audience everywhere.
So thank you, Tanisha.
That one
And they
that
talk
one
they
video,
talk about commercial financing and commercial deals all the time. It's
I'm
real
not
estate.
saying we can't talk about it.
We
but
got to get off this ABC shit. I be telling you this, bro. It's boring to me. I don't have fun with this.
Oh my God. The ABC shit is what I'm not even gonna talk about it right now. I'm not even gonna talk about it. What's our highest view video right now?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Fellas, come on, let's think big.
Thank you.
I'm not what do you mean? What are you saying thank you for?
Let's think big. Pause.
Yeah, pause. One video. Yeah, one video. Nah, Bigger Pockets has 1 million subs. I'm pretty sure Bigger Pockets has 1 million subs. But yeah, just because a video has 47,000 views doesn't necessarily mean it's a big audience for it. Just so you know. But like I said, we're not gonna talk about that on here. We're not gonna do that. We could talk about commercial. We can do whatever you want, bro. I'm just telling you. When it don't really work in your favor, I don't want to hear nothing.
Bro.
Nothing. So we'll do a video. Let's do it next week. Let's do Monday.
No.
So when do you want to do this video then?
It's going to be a webinar.
And then you know what's funny is like, it's like no, and then there's people in here like, come on, Tukes, yeah, go big, go home, you know, like come on, like MG's right, like, and then it's like I'm trying to help get the content, and it's like somehow it's always pushed back. Look at this guy. If this is happening on a live, what do you think happens when this camera's off? Like seriously, ask yourself that, chat, please. Oh man. Well, I guess we won't be doing a commercial real estate video anytime soon. If we pool our money as black investors, commercial property is what we need to do. I agree with that. Matt, let's pool some money together.
To do what?
Get some commercial properties.
Sure.
I got 500 bucks.
Nah, minimum investment. minimum investment at least 50,000.
50K?
Minimum. We can't even talk.
What about 1,500?
Nah.
We could do like a 60-year.
No.
Okay. No. All right. Well, that's out of the question. I will sign up for that webinar. There you go. So you want to do commercial real estate, and sign up for MG's webinar on commercial real estate. Oh, by the way, Nicole, I'm an Aries, by the way, because I forgot to answer that. I'm an Aries. I'm pretty sure it's common sense. It kind of looks like I act like an Aries anyways, but
hit the like button and drop some gems in the comments, please. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Get the tickets for the webinar this weekend. Get the webinar this weekend.
Somebody said they could do 100K. Somebody said they'll put 50K up.
Okay. DM me. DM me the word invest on Instagram, MG the Mortgage Guy. Let's see how serious y'all.
You dead ass right now.
I'm dead serious.
So if anybody in here has $100,000 or $50,000,
if you have a minimum $50,000 to invest, I will pull it up. I'll do a JV agreement with them, and I'll go find a property ASAP, and we'll invest and we'll buy it together, and they'll be on the joint venture.
What about you can't do $1,500?
Nope, it's not worth it.
All right, what about 2 bands?
It's not worth it.
Well, there you go. Anybody who has 50K or 100K, make sure you DM MG the Mortgage Guy on Instagram. And yeah, Tukes, you're not fiery like a usual Aries. I'm pretty sure I'm an Aries. I'm very humble now. Thanks to MG. Thanks to this guy over here. That's cap. 20K? Somebody said 20K.
No, thank you.
50K or more. He's right. Yeah, 20K.
No.
Why 50 though? Is location an issue?
Location of what?
Well, that 50,000 of the
doesn't
property.
matter. It's going to be 50K. Like there's no debate. If you got 50K, if you want to buy some property with me, okay, great. It's 50K. A couple people come in on it. I'll do a JV with you. It is what it is. Because I'm not, and the reason why is because I need to deal with people who are serious about investing.
I agree. I was going to say, how do you know these people are serious?
Because they got 50K and they're willing to give it to me to invest. So if you're that serious, then I know you're not going to be hounding me every 2 weeks for like, yo, I need my money back. I got to pay rent. Or where's my investment coming? Like, yo, chill. When you're 1,500 to 2,000, no. I don't need those headaches in my life because
I was joking.
I'm just saying, you don't need those headaches in your life. Those are not the people that you want to.
It's the same thing with anything though. Like you
it's
take
not
those,
the same thing with anything. It's
yeah,
like,
it is. When you take those bullshit ass, like, you know, like you don't want to deal with. It's like clients.
Yeah, that's why I fire clients too.
Yeah, like
because I don't want to deal with. I'm at a position in my life where, thank God, I don't need to deal with things I don't need to deal with. So if people are saying, yo, they want to pool money and invest, all right, cool. We think about it. If we do, you got to think about this, right? If you're talking about 50K, let's just say 20 people, it's $1 million. $1 million can go out here and buy probably a $3 million building, $3 to $3.5 million building. Depending on where's that purchase at, that can be probably 25 to 45 doors, 25 to 50 doors, depending on location, right? Mm-hmm. Now you got to figure about, now how am I going to buy this building? Am I going to bird this building? Which 9 times out of 10, that will probably be what I want to do because I need something that I can force appreciation on this building because I'm not really thinking about the cash flow because my goal as the investor, right? Because again, when I say JV, it's a joint venture, right? So I'm paying them a percentage. Hold on.
What up, bro?
Yo, Big Trap, what's good?
I don't know, man. I think I fucking got sick out here, dog.
Damn, dog. I'm on live right now, son. Let me hit you back in like 10 minutes.
Man, tell the live I said what's up.
Hold on. Let me get you in the camera. Hold on.
It's not gonna focus. Just you could probably just flip it around.
Hold on. Trap, where you at? We got Big Trap in the building, y'all.
What's that?
He's out of focus, bro.
We got Big Trap in the building, y'all. We got Big Trap in the building, y'all.
Pull up on you, man. I was fucking. Hit me when you finish, bro.
All right, I got you, bro. I'll hit you.
Dang, he's sick.
Yeah, he probably ate some shit. Remember, he's supposed to come here today.
Yeah,
I was
I
going to
know.
get a surprise today. Trap was going to be in studio with us today.
I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, bet. And then, you know, he's busy and he's not feeling well apparently now. So he was knocked out earlier.
He was knocked out.
Yeah.
Like I could tell. Like I've seen him sick before, so I can tell.
I'm not saying he's capping.
But all right, so back to this investment thing, right? So now you joint venture on the deal. The goal is for me as the investor, is to get a deal where I can force appreciation, refinance, pay off my investors, their percentages, buy them out of the JV, and keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? Now, the cash flow, it's a whole science behind the shit, and I'm not going to really sit here and explain it, but again, that's what it's called. It's a certain level of money because I need to deal with a certain type of person who understands real estate investing to a certain extent, right? And it's kind of syndication. You can call it syndication, you can call it crowdfunding, you can call it joint ventures, you can put whatever name that you want to put on it. But this is how, when you see people talk about, I just bought 1,000 units, I bought 500 units, or I bought this units, is because they're getting money from investors.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're basically buying investors out, or they're paying them back monthly dividends. You know what I'm saying? So what I would want to do is to refinance them out of it, pay them back their 8%, 10%, whatever our agreement is.
Yeah.
And get their money back plus their profit, and boom, now the property is 100% me. Or I can do certain deals where it's like, all right, you're going to be a true partner in this shit, and now off the profits, you get paid a dividend, right? So there's many ways you can do this thing, right? And this is why we probably don't have this type of conversation, because it's more of a high-level type of conversation. And if now you're talking about you want to invest with someone like me, like, no, all right, this will be my minimum requirement. Because it's risky for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
It's a lot that comes in it.
So you gonna take my $2,500?
No. Because then you're going to be like a week later, like, yo.
What's going on? What's it looking like, bro?
Yeah, I got time for that shit, bro.
How much money are we looking at this week?
Nobody got time for that shit.
Somebody said they're gonna DM you.
Okay.
You should do a commercial real estate video at least once a week. He don't want to.
No, I don't. Bro, we've been on here for 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, we were on 2 hours yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's a lot now. Like, it's a lot now.
Buy the block back, boo. Word. That's like a tongue twister. Buy the block back, boo.
Okay. Any more questions, folks? Because I'm really getting hot now.
Do you know any banks that do HELOCs in investment properties?
No. No.
Bank of America and the major
No.
banks are not doing HELOCs on investment properties. A
course
lot of banks
not.
trying to talk to me into refinance.
Of course, they're not going to do that. They can only do a refinance.
How many investors are on this chat right now?
Good question.
It wasn't my question. It was Jason's.
How many investors are on this chat? If you are... Never mind. No. I'm about to get out of here. I'm done.
MG, us a cold piece?
MG, us a cold piece. What?
I don't know. Can you put a DSCR loan in the 30-year fix?
Yes.
Have we done a DSCR loan video?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. Can we get the Tuesday Live full video back? I love those videos. The Tuesday Live. I actually clipped it already. That was a...
Oh, that was the Fabio video?
Yeah.
Nah, that gotta go. That can't... If you was here and you
trimmed
saw it, if you was here, you saw it live, then you know what it is. But that's not gonna be on replay. Because in no honesty, and this is why even when Will sent that clip, I'm like, yo, bro, what you trying to do to me right now? Like,
We'll be putting it out on the internet already, but
it's clipped now and now it's gone.
No, it's not gone. I have it.
No, we have it, but the world don't have it no more.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
it's technically gone now.
But look, see, and this is my point, and this is why I said it's good to have a second channel. That way, we can have all those good moments.
But I wouldn't want that on the internet living there.
If you did want it to have, if you did want it to be on the internet,
Tokes, we already had this conversation about making a second channel. It's on you.
Yeah, I'm validating my point even more.
I understand your point already, but what I'm trying to tell you is, is that if you saw it live, you got a treat, because now you talk. That's how I speak off camera, right?
Yeah, no.
That's not how I typically speak on camera. Do you work with the little guy or girls in the world? Of course I do. Every day, Nicole. But this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting here. That was like a whole off-wall conversation. Some conversations, it was cool, but I don't want to get people twisted. Like, that's why I wouldn't even post that, because then now it's going to turn into a super relationship type of thing. If it was more geared towards real estate in that conversation, then yeah, it's something I would have posted. But it was more so just like a personal conversation on camera, basically. You know what I mean?
You can put out whatever you want. You're in control of whatever you want.
I know that, but I'm trying to keep it to my lane.
Yeah,
right?
I feel you. And sometimes it's good to have fun though too. You know,
we have fun all the time, and people who watch us live sees the fun.
We posted other stuff, you know. So,
but it was real estate. It was love and real estate though.
Was it love and real estate? I don't know if we were talking about real estate much at that point.
Yes, you could put a DSCR loan and a 30-year fix under $100K. Not a lot of banks would do that.
Don't argue with him. He thinks he's right all the time.
Alicia.
I don't know if she's saying I think I'm right all the time.
No, she thinks she's telling you don't argue with me, because I think I'm right all the time, which I am.
I mean, I think that's why it's
I am right all the time. When have I been wrong?
See, MG's a troll. He a troll himself. And I still, to this day, will never be able to figure out if he's being serious right now. The man will never, ever admit when he's wrong.
Yes, I do. I just gave y'all a whole thing about clarity and patience today.
What's that got to do with what?
That was admitting all my wrongdoings. See, y'all don't pay attention. This would be the problem with people. You too, Tooks. Y'all don't pay attention, right? And Virgos are never wrong. Big Virgo energy. That's number one. But when I am wrong,
I'm an Aries.
I don't care what you are. I'm a Virgo.
It's probably worse on my end, honestly.
It doesn't matter. I'm a Virgo. And what I'm telling you is, I take my losses and turn them into lessons, which I gave today, clarity and patience. I just had a whole transparent moment of y'all telling y'all how I'm taking an L right now with Garland Gardens. And I gave y'all the lesson behind it.
What's your point here?
My point is, I do admit when I'm wrong. I just turn my wrongs into a lesson. That's all. I just do it differently. But I'm hardly ever wrong, because I'm still not wrong, because I'm still going to be up on Garland Gardens.
Somebody who's never wrong will never admit that.
But I'm different.
I got his ass.
I'm different. I do admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah. Okay. You're different.
Yeah.
Yeah. We turn pain into. Oh, Tanisha's a Virgo too.
She's a big Virgo energy.
Oh Lord, a Virgo. Yeah, right. That's what I say. Oh Lord. Nah, Virgos are cool though.
We're the best.
Y'all just emotional as hell though.
Super emotional.
Y'all be moody. Like, I'd be picky. Like, one minute y'all want to do something, and it's like, nah.
Yeah, like 1 minute I want to be on live, and 1 minute I want to get the hell off, like right now.
Yeah, like, yo,
I'm ready to go, bro. You got me on here for 2.5 hours now.
You're killing the vibe sometimes. But when the vibe is there, right?
Bro, like, you got me on here forever now.
What'd you say yesterday? You said, oh, maybe we should start doing longer lives.
Like 90 minutes, not 3-4 hours,
No,
bro.
you said... You
was like, no, bro, live channels actually go 3-4 hours on live. They be playing
they
video.
do.
Bro, that's not me, bro. I don't want to do this. This is too long now.
So what you about to go do, MG?
I'm about to go home.
And do what?
I don't know, but I'm not going to do this.
What if we had an AC in here?
No, I'm still getting the hell out of here.
That's cap.
Why am I going to be on here for all these hours, Tooks? I don't get it.
Talking to the people you love.
I love them, but I got to go. Yeah, I ain't got to go home. You got to get the hell out of here, though.
Me and my team need help finding deals. So MG's about to break it down to you. Pisces gang.
I gotta go, bro.
Yo.
This is like my shoulder's starting to itch. Like I want to go, bro. This hot sweater.
It's your show. I'm sweating. I'm already sweating. I always sweat though in here.
I done drank a whole pint of water, liter of water.
Somebody said you're looking good. You're dropping that weight.
Not fast enough though. I'm gonna fucking lose this bet. I don't know what happened to in this old age, bro. But I used to be able to drop 50 pounds in like 6 weeks.
What was when was the last time you were 200 pounds?
I don't even remember. But
No,
I'm very serious. I don't remember, and I'm sick. My body is like I'm mad at my body. Like, yo, bro, wake up, bro. What you doing? Drop the weight.
Yeah, it don't work like that when you get older.
Nah, I'm old now, and I'm starting to realize this during this journey right now. It's like, damn, am I really old? Like my body wants to stay fat.
You didn't have clarity when you went into this process.
No, I do have clarity. I want to lose weight.
You gotta have 10 toes down on the treadmill in this process.
I'm on a treadmill.
I'm just saying you gotta have clarity and patience when it comes to your weight loss journey.
I understand that. But I want it off now.
You got pictures of when you were like 20, 25,
nah,
or 31?
I'm glad I don't because we was outside reckless.
No, like
I got a picture when I was like 16, 17.
nah, like I'm
high
talking
school.
like 20, like my age.
32?
Yeah, 31. Excuse me, sir. 31.
31? No.
29, 28, 27.
I didn't take pictures, and I honestly, I hate pictures. So I never really took pictures like that.
So you just missed out on a good 10 years of your life. It's not documented.
Maybe a good 30 years of my life.
With no pictures.
Yeah. This is why I take so many now. Why you think I was like, yo, flick it up? Because I realized one of my regrets, I don't even have a lot of pictures with my father.
Damn, you should have told me that when I first met you, bro.
I literally have probably like 2 or 3 pictures with my father that I can look at them.
Nah, bro. You should have told me that when we first
Like
started
with my
working
mom,
together.
I probably have 1 picture with my mom.
Well, how else are you gonna have memories?
I wasn't thinking about that then. I just thinking like I hate pictures.
What about video? No camcorder stuff?
Nigga, it's the 90s. We had
the
the big camcorders, but actually my man Dap the pastor, we used to be in school, but he got those files locked up somewhere safe.
Damn, that's sad, man.
It is.
That's
This
really sad.
is why I take a lot of pictures with my kids. This is why I make them take a lot of pictures. That's why I take a lot of pictures now. Because I realize, damn, I don't have no pictures of my pops. Like, this is why I keep this close to me. So this is why I keep this close to me. Because this is like one of my reminders of my father.
Yeah, be careful with that. It gives me anxiety. You don't want to drop that. See?
Nah, I'm not going to drop it.
Damn. Well, now I know.
That's why I'm like, Tooks, flick it up. You be like, I'm not a photographer.
I'm not a photographer.
Well, take the picture, nigga. Take the picture, Tooks.
I'll take the picture now because I understand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to give you background and kind of, I mean, either way, photographers, I'm not a photographer though. I cannot stand taking pictures. But that's good to know though. So now every time we go somewhere, I understand the value behind it, which is stupid because you should, you know, as somebody in my field, I should understand that. But that's why I do video. That's crazy.
I get it.
Sad moment, but many more moments to come. There's a whole conversation going on here. What's up, Tooks? I need the link for this weekend. You will get the link on Saturday. Everyone who DM me, you will get the link on Saturday. And we didn't give no tickets away today, huh? You done with that? Oh, actually, we're not going live tomorrow. So
if Trap gonna come, we going live.
Oh, if Trap comes. Yeah. That kind of sucks if he comes tomorrow. But I mean, yeah, I guess we'll go live tomorrow if he's here.
Yeah, he said it's Saturday. So if he's feeling
here
better,
till Saturday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna speak to him when we get off.
Well,
of
if
this.
he feeling we mean he ain't gonna come here sick. Talking about some.
He ain't got no COVID or nothing. He just probably ate something.
You know, there's a stomach bug going around though. I just saw it on the news
Okay.
yesterday.
You take a dump and you keep it moving.
Okay. You think it dumb, you keep moving. Okay. Oh my God. Taking it off in this hot ass room, being on live with the squirts. Not a good time. Yes, even the winners. Yeah. So you guys will get a email, right? Email Saturday morning for those who won.
Yep. See, Saturday morning, 10 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Fam, he didn't even open my DM. I will check today. Honestly, I honestly don't even I honestly don't even check. As soon as we get out of here, I'll be busy. So I'll check when we leave here.
This is a nice ass watch. Damn, I want this.
Yeah, I'll check when we leave here. This guy's looking at watches.
Yeah, I am. This is beautiful though. If I can get this, these are one of the Infinity Stones.
Tykes, really? You mean Tukes? Tukes? Really?
Oh my God.
What do you mean, Tukes, really?
All right, Tokes, can we end this now, bro? Because now we're just rambling.
Bro, I never close out.
All right, look, thank you for coming today. We appreciate the love. Hit the like button on your way out, please. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. And also get your tickets for the webinar this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Lots of gems will be dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get on the same frequency. It don't matter what y'all talk about. Just talk about investing and growing wealth.
Somebody said y'all got to get on the same frequency. It don't matter what y'all talk about, just about investing and growing wealth. MG talk heavy. What? Money doesn't have emotions. This joint is a meme. I don't understand what he means by that.
I think he means we just talking a bunch of things not relevant to
Building
investing
wealth,
and building
or
wealth. We're
invest.
just talking about some random stuff. That
Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. That's why I said, why are we still here? That's why I was like, yo, let's cut this, because I understand, like, we answering questions, but at some point it gets to like, all right, we got to end this shit. We got to probably try to keep this 90 minutes or something like that, because going 2 hours, unless it's like real, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so I'm gonna be.
Because I got ADD, bro. Like, I'm starting looking at watches and stuff and
That's
things
cool.
like that.
I mean, we've been here for 2:20. That's cool, but we spent. It's a long time, but we spent about a good 90% of it talking about what he's talking about.
No, I agree.
So realistically, brother, you can just watch the replay, if anything. I mean, we do talk
now
about
Tooks
a lot
getting
of
spicy.
I'm just saying, bro. We got a whole video
Tooks
here for you to watch,
spicy.
where you can learn whatever you want to learn about refinancing and HELOCs and so on. So
I agree. I agree with you.
It's not really a meme, you know what I'm saying? Because there's not too many people like us who are educating people like us. So if you're coming on here talking ish, go back and watch the replay, brother. Please, don't be violating. Don't be violating. And we will clip this off later on too, so it won't be on here. All right. You can close out, bro.
Yeah. Like the like button, bell for notifications. And that's the Aries, arrogant, egomaniac
I
Tooks.
wasn't arrogant.
No,
Homeboy
cool.
said it's a meme, so why are you on here then?
No, that was funny actually though. But I actually agree with him, but that was funny as hell. I agree, because I've been trying to get off this for like 10 minutes now, 15 minutes.
Then get off there, bro.
You keep asking me questions, bro. Like,
because you on your phone looking at watches.
exactly. I'm trying to give you the hint. I'm not into this no more. I'm done, bro.
All right, so close it out. I don't close out.
Ah, yes. Go to mgbookstore.com and get the books, the webinars, and everything else in between. Appreciate the support. I'm going to call my nigga Big Trap right now and see if he is going to be in the mood to come to the studio tomorrow to get on live with us. He was going to come today, and that would have been dope. Well, let's see if he can come tomorrow. All right? That's all we got for y'all. Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Don't forget the Ultimate Home Buyers webinar is this weekend, March 11th, March 12th. Go grab tickets now. Tanisha just put it in the chat. Go grab it right now. There was less than 100 seats available today, and they'll probably be sold out. All right. Goodbye. God bless. Thank you.
Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.